And we are live. What's up, guys? Welcome to Fed It. Today's episode is going to be crazy. We got a lot to go over, guys. Just get right into it, man. We're going to go ahead, play that intro, and get into the goddamn show because we got a lot to cover, man. Let's do it.
Move over, Denzel.
Okay, guys. I used to be a special agent of Homeland Security Investigations. This is the arrest paperwork, okay? So here is the booking. Cases that I did mostly were human smuggling and drug trafficking. Those are like two crimes that I'm very good agent, very strong agent. I did a lot of big cases. I've done Title III intercepts, which is basically listening to phones. I've written hundreds of affidavits to arrest people. I've been a grand jury and testified a million times. I've done big cases. All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to Fed It, man. Yo, so first and foremost, guys, we're going to be covering the YSL case today, the state RICO case. There's a lot to cover here, but I know we got a lot of new people here. You might want to be new to me, so I'll introduce myself real quick. Myron, one half of the Fresh and Fit podcast. As you guys know, I was a former special agent with Homeland Security Investigations. My duties included investigating everything from human smuggling to human trafficking to drug trafficking to gang investigations like this, racketeering investigations. I've done money laundering cases. I've done child pornography cases. I've done national security cases, counterterrorism. I've done gun trafficking, anything you could think of, I've pretty much done it. I started my career in Laredo, Texas, and I've specialized in doing Mexican cartel investigations and human smuggling and drugs, and also arms trafficking. And then I went on to the Miami field office where I did human smuggling, and I also did some drug trafficking as well with, Colombian cartels, the Bahamas, etc. So I went from the Southwest border to dealing, Southwest border drug trafficking and human smuggling, human trafficking, etc., guns, to doing that over here on the Atlantic side through the Caribbean and South Florida. So that's a little bit of my training experience. I have definitely a good amount of investigative experience with doing drugs and gang investigations as well. I've done a Latin King case in the past and Mexican Mafia, a whole bunch of stuff. And I'll be breaking down those cases for you guys as well in the future. But just want to give you guys a little bit of background in my training, my experience. This is going to be by far the most thorough breakdown of this case on the internet to date that I've seen, and I hope you guys are ready. And I got a special guest with me as well. Can you just introduce yourself to the audience, Miss Mystery Woman?
Mystery Woman. I'm no mystery. Hey guys, it's Destiny or Quantum. Y'all know me. Yeah, I'm just helping out today.
Yeah, we got a lot to cover, guys. So she's here helping me out. We got song lyrics to break down. I'm actually going to play the lyrics for you guys. If I get demonetized, I get demonetized. It is what it is. But I think we're going to be able to do it in a way where we won't get hit with the copyright stuff. But I think we'll be able to get it under fair use. So cool. Let's hit these super chats real quick, and then we're going to get right into it because we got a lot to cover, man. And shout out to Destiny, help me out. Okay, so we got Fire Stick, $2 here. Shout out FNF. Shout out D1B. Oh, thank you so much. Anything else, Destiny? Are we good?
That's it right now.
Cool. And then we got Tezeko Kensai, new member. Thank you so much, bro. And if you guys don't know Destiny, aka Quantum, she's been on the show multiple times. She's been growing. She was delusional, and now she's a little bit less delusional. All right, so okay, so we'll get right into it. And she's been helping me a lot with the song lyrics, guys. So shout out to her. She's been here for a few hours now, helping me out. So cool. So we're gonna get right into it, guys. So first and foremost, who is Young Thug, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and share screen here. Okay, screenception. So here we go. So Young Thug, guys, Jeffrey Lamar Williams, born August 16, 1991, known professionally as Young Thug, is an American rapper, singer, and songwriter. He's considered to be an influential figure of this generation, with his music impacting the modern sound of hip-hop and trap music. Known for his eccentric vocal style and fashion, Thug initially released a series of independent mixtapes beginning 2011 with I Came From Nothing. In early 2013, he signed with Gucci Mane's 1017 Records. And later that year, he released his label debut mixtape, 1017 Thug, to critical praise. Young Thug received mainstream recognition in 2014 with the single Stoner and Danny Glover, in addition to appearances on several singles, including T.I.'s About the Money, Tyga's Hookah, and Rich Gang's Lifestyle. That year, he also signed to Leora Cohen's 300 Entertainment and collaborated on the mixtape Rich Gang, The Tour Part 1 in 2015. He amassed a number of mixtapes, including Barter 6 and 2 installments of his Slime Season series. Subsequently, in 2016, Thug issued commercial mixtapes I'm Up, Slime Season 3, and Jeffrey in 2017. Thug featured on the hit song Havana by Cuban pop singer Camilo Cabello, which became his first #1 single on Billboard Hot 100. So clearly, guys, this dude is very accomplished, okay? In 2018, he released a compilation album, Slime Language, with his label YSL Records. In 2019, he won the Grammy Award for Song of the Year for his songwriting contribution on This Is America. Young Thug's debut studio album, So Much Fun 2019, debuted at #1 on the U.S. Billboard 200 and included the Billboard 100 Top 20 singles of the London and Hot. The following year, a single Go Crazy with Chris Brown from the collaborative mixtape Slime and B 2020 peaked at #3 on the Hot 100, becoming his first top 10 single as a lead artist. Okay. Additionally, he reached #1 on Billboard Hot 100 for the second time in his career with his feature on Travis Scott's single Franchise. 2021, Thug released the compilation album Slime Language 2, which debuted at #1 on Billboard 200. Later that year, Thug would reach #1 on Hot 100 a third time by featuring alongside Future on Drake's Way Too Sexy. His second studio album, Punk, was released October 15, 2021. It debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200, becoming his third #1 album, as well as the second chart-topping project of 2021. Goddamn, we got to give him a Don DeMarco because he is very well established, guys. Most rappers will never reach this level of success. So this guy is accomplished. I mean, me, myself, as a hip-hop fan, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I don't listen to Young Thug, but you would be crazy to not be able to not acknowledge his accomplishments and how he influenced the game. You know, people have known about Slime and everything else like that prior to Young Thug, right? Nori, I know, was talking about it back in the early 2000s, but if we're going to talk about making it mainstream where people are out here wiping their nose and doing all the other stuff, Young Thug was one of the pioneers for it. Obviously, there were a lot of drill rappers that did it as well, but Young Thug is probably one of the biggest.
Can I say something about that really quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Just the nose thing. So actually, I saw this little nose swipe deal on TikTok, and my niece and I made a TikTok, and it was in the dance. I had no idea it was even correlated whatsoever. So it was really interesting to read about that earlier.
Yeah, it has a way more nefarious background, but I'll break that down in a second. Wiping your nose. And then we got your boy Gunna, Sergio Giovannis Kitchens, born June 14th, 1993, known professionally as Gunna, is an American rapper. He's signed to Young Thug's record label, YSL Records, as well as 300 Entertainment and Atlantic Records. He released his debut studio album, Drip or Drown, in 2019 and followed up with his second studio album, Wanna, in 2020, which debuted atop the Billboard 200. His third album, DS Forever, was released in 2022. This one right here, guys, which is what's out right now. Becoming his second consecutive #1 album. So both these guys are accomplished artists, guys, okay? So now they recently got arrested, guys, about a week ago, okay? About a week ago from someone else that got arrested for RICO charges by the state, Bobby Shmurda. So let's shout out to Hip-HopDaily. This summarizes what's been kind of going on. We're not going to play the whole video. We're just going to play a portion of it, guys. And we got, as you guys can see, all these tabs that I got here are a bunch of different pieces of evidence, videos, and yeah, we got a lot to go through. So let's play this thing here, man. Shout out to Hip-HopDaily. Fair use. Good content. Go ahead and make sure to like the video, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, guys, like this video and subscribe to this channel. And let's get cracking here.
Is a certified rap legend. You may have a difference.
Give me ones in the chat, guys, if the sound is good, okay? I want to make sure that there's no echo or anything like that.
Sound and dress crazy, but Thug is really from the streets. Over the years, he's beat for other artists, and now it's coming back around to him. Thug, Gunna, and 26 other YSL affiliates have been named in a 56-count indictment that could put them all away for life.
Okay, there's echoes, guys. Is that what they're saying, Destiny?
Yeah, it's a little staticky, actually.
Staticky?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. So okay, so let me.
Here's what's happening.
So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna refresh this, guys. Give me 1 sec. Or you know what? I'll play it on Firefox, actually. I'm gonna try it one more time, guys. Let me know if it gives you static. If it does, then I'm gonna play this thing on Firefox.
Is a certified rap legend. He may have a different sound and dress crazy, but Thug is really from the streets. Over the years,
there's still static?
No, it sounds better.
It's better now? Okay.
He's beat for other artists, and now it's coming back around to him. Thug, Gunna, and 26 other YSL affiliates have been named in a 56-count indictment that could put them all away for life. Here's what's happening. On Monday, May 9th, Young Thug's crib in Atlanta was raided by police. Cops tore his house apart, taking walls down and digging up his yard for evidence. Thug was booked in the Fulton County Jail on conspiracy to violate the Racketeering Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act and participation in criminal activity.
All right, so let's go through that because I actually have this indictment right here, guys. So let's read this part real fast together. All right. So let me share a screen with y'all real fast. So how was the sound on that one? Were they giving it a little bit of static?
A little bit. It was better than the
Before?
first time. But...
Okay, I'll just make sure I refresh it every time I play. So here's the indictment here, guys. All right. So is this thing flashing on y'all? Yeah. Hold on. There we go. All right. I don't know why it's acting crazy like that. All right. So here we go, guys. State of Georgia. Okay. And as you guys can see, this is 88-page indictment. We're not going to go through all of it, but the big thing is I'm just going to go over the general concepts that they're using here. Okay. So these are all the people that are indicted, 28 people. Okay. And as you guys can see, this is a state indictment. I'm going to break down here the differences between state and federal in a second between RICO. But let's go ahead and talk about number one, the conspiracy. Okay. As associates of the enterprise, Young Slime Life, hereinafter referred to as YSL, the defendants conspired to associate together and with others for the common purposes of illegally obtaining money and property through a pattern of racketeering activity and conducting and participating in the enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activity. In furtherance of the conspiracy, the defendants engaged in activities enumerated herein. The objectives of the conspiracy included, but were not limited to, preserving, protecting, enhancing the reputation, power, and territory of the enterprise through acts of racketeering activity, including murder, assault, and threats of violence. Preserving, protecting, and enhancing the reputation, power, and territory of the enterprise by posting of messages, images, videos, songs demonstrating allegiance to the enterprise and a willingness to engage in violence on its behalf. Guys, make a note of all this because this is all going to become very important when I start showing you guys the evidence of what the state actually has against them, okay? Maintaining armed individuals ready and willing to preserve, protect, and enhance the reputation, power, and territory of the enterprise through the use of violence. Obtaining money, weapons, and other property through acts of racketeering activity, including robbery, theft, and the unlawful sale and distribution of drugs, and obstructing law enforcement investigations and court proceedings through witness intimidation and attacks upon law enforcement officers. Okay? The enterprise. Okay? So they're identifying the enterprise, which is YSL. Okay? Is an enterprise consisting of a group of individuals associated, in fact, although not a legal entity. YSL constitutes an ongoing organization whose members function as a continuing unit for the common purpose of achieving the objectives of the enterprise. Okay, so now they're going to go into the history of these guys. YSL is a criminal street gang that started in late 2012 in the Cleveland Ave area of Atlanta, Georgia. YSL claims affiliation with the National Bloods gangs. Okay, now guys, what do we know about the Bloods? The Bloods gang is a gang that's been here in the United States since the 60s, okay? It was originally created right around the civil rights era, as a way to protect neighborhoods from racism, etc. And then, it morphed into a bit more nefarious. And you got the Bloods and the Crips that started out in the South California area, the LA area, and it spread all over the United States. And now it's a global gang, okay? And it has strong ties in Atlanta, Georgia as well, okay? So YSL founders were Jeffrey Williams, a.k.a. Young Thug, a.k.a. Slime, Walter Murphy, a.k.a. DK, and Trontavious Steffens, a.k.a. Tick. Okay, and we're going to be hearing about these guys quite a bit in the lyrics, okay? A.k.a. Slug. Jeffrey Williams, an Atlanta-based hip-hop artist, made YSL a well-known name by referring to it on its songs and social media. All right? So now we're going to go into the identifiers real quick. And guys, this is all very important because everything that they're going to be charging YSL with is based on this stuff right here. They're identifying them as an enterprise that is involved in racketeering activity. What is racketeering activity? It's murder, robbery, acts of violence, intimidation tactics, whatever it may be. And I'm going to go into the differences here in a second between the RICO, right? And when it's states versus RICO when it's federal, right? YSL associates use a variety of identifiers, including colors, clothes, tattoos, and hand signs, as well as verbal and written identifiers. YSL claims affiliation with the National Bloods gang, and some associates also claim the Blood subset gang, Sex, Money, Murder, or 30 Deep, which we're going to talk about this here in a second. Okay, 30 Deep is out of the New Orleans area. Okay. YSL associates often display their colors by wearing a green or red bandana on their person, a practice known as flagging. YSL associates often wear clothing with the letters YSL or the word slime printed on them. YSL associates also often wear pendants displaying the letters YSL or the word slat. The most predominant YSL colors are red for Bloods and green for slime. YSL associates use a variety of hand signs. One of the most common hand sign, wiping the nose with the index finger, okay, like this, okay? Another frequently used YSL hand sign consists of curling the ring and pinky finger inward toward the palm while extending the index and thumb with the middle finger slightly curved. The extended middle and index, Destiny, go ahead, try to figure that gang sign out. All right. Okay. The extended middle and index fingers represent the Y. The curved middle finger and curved ring finger represent the S. Okay. And I think I have a picture here for y'all in a second, which actually is a part of what I got going here. But here we go. So, bam. All right. These are some of the gang signs that the state is using against these guys. All right. So as y'all can see, let me enlarge this real fast. My bad. Okay. And that's there's your boy Young Thug, and this is one of his associates who we're gonna go through here as well. I forget his name. His Instagram is like SX something. All right, but that's an example of them throwing gang signs. All right. YSL associates use a variety of other identifiers. Often YSL associates will write or say the word blat, which means blood, love all the time. YSL associates also use the word slat, which means slime, love all the time. Often associates will simply refer to each other as blood or slime. They also refer to Cleveland Ave as Blevland, replacing the C with a B. Green heart, green snake, blowing nose, and green vomit emojis are also symbols commonly used by members of YSL. So guys, keep a note of this, all right? I'm going to read this one more time for y'all because this is kind of going to be home base here, all right? So you guys understand what's going on here so we have a foundation. YSL associates use a variety of other identifiers. Often YSL associates will write or say the word blat, which means blood, love all the time. YSL associates also use the word slat, which means slime, love all the time. Often, associates will simply refer to each other as blood or slime. They also refer to Cleveland Avenue, which is where this set of the Bloods started, guys, the YSL, as Blevland, replacing the C with a B. Green heart, green snake, blowing nose, and green vomit emojis are also symbols commonly used by members of YSL. So the thing I also want to let you guys know is replacing, letters, right, with your gang letter is very common. Right. So, for example, GDs, right? Gangster Disciples, they call themselves like 22Gs. I listen to 22Gs, for example, right? I listen to 22Gs and I listen to Wu guys. I listen to both. And guys in the Blicky gang will go BLIXKY. Why? Because they don't want to use the C, okay? Because a lot of the Wu guys are Crips. So, and they're the ops. So this is very common in gang culture where you don't use an opposition's gang's starting letter, okay? Crip Mac, for example, right? Hilarious, great interviews. And he doesn't use the word B. He calls them custers instead of busters, all right? So this is very common in gang culture to not use certain letters when you speak. You got something, Destiny?
Yeah, actually, on my birthday a couple weeks ago, I had a few people say Happy C Day, and I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah,
like,
that's what they mean, yeah.
Yeah,
so those are probably Crips.
Yeah, I figured that out a little bit later. I didn't know.
Yeah. So, okay. So, all right, let me see here. I'll get some of these chats, guys, and we'll keep going on. Let's see. And thank you guys for all the support, man. Really appreciate it. Preparing for this thing took me a while. So, anyway, I think we're good. Okay, dropping in, show support. Oh, Quran Core, dropping in, show my support. Shout out to FNF team. Thank you so much, guys. And also, I know you guys might say, man, that's a lot. That's really redundant. I already know about the Crips and Bloods, whatever. Keep in mind, guys, that we have a lot of international viewers that might not be aware of American pop culture and/or American gangs. So I'm explaining it for anyone to understand. Okay, so if it's a little bit redundant, please excuse that, but we do have a lot of international viewers that really are fascinated by the hip hop and gang culture here in the United States. So I want to make sure they understand. Okay. Primary locale. YSL associates are predominantly active in Southeast Atlanta and the Cleveland Avenue area, but are expanding their activities into the surrounding metropolitan Atlanta area. Okay. Acts in furtherance of the conspiracy. So this is, guys, now they're going to start getting into the actual dates of crimes. Okay, so we got crimes occurring all the way back in fucking 2013, and they've been looking at these guys since 2012, guys. So we're looking at about 10 years. All right, and there's already 4,000 y'all in here. So like the video, and let's keep going. So I'm going to keep playing the Hip Hop Daily video. Shout out to them. But now you guys know what YSL is, what Slat is, what Blat is, what Blevland Avenue is, etc. All right.
Can we clarify something really quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I had someone in the chat ask something about the brand YSL, that has no association with.
No.
Okay.
No.
Make that clear.
Yeah. No. Oh, well, at least
No
not to my knowledge, at least.
Yeah.
So, okay, guys. So we're going to go ahead and share this screen right here. We're going to keep playing this YouTube video. Shout out to Hip Hop Daily. Fair use. Pretty good summary here. So he goes into the indictment here a bit, so we can go ahead and fast forward a little bit.
And the gang has engaged in all kinds of criminal activity over the years, including murder, attempted murder, drug dealing, carjacking, and even shooting at Lil Wayne's tour bus back in 2015.
We'll break that down too.
Thug wasn't even charged for, but was still accused of being involved in, like threatening to kill a dude at a mall and possession of meth with intent to distribute. Plus, he allegedly rented a car that was used. And
we'll be using this here in a we'll be getting back to this here in a second. So, all right. So let's go ahead, guys, and let's look at what Young Thug is actually charged with here, okay, guys? And these are all acts in furtherance of the conspiracy. Actually, you know what? Before we get into what he's charged with, let's go over what RICO is in the state versus the feds. I want to make this extremely clear for all you guys that are in here that this is not a federal RICO case, okay? It is a state RICO case, which is significant because state and federal RICO cases are very different. And to be honest with you, if this was a federal RICO case, I would be way more concerned. But since this is a state RICO case, I think they got a good chance here. And it's not as bad as it would be as it was a federal one. As you guys know, every time there's a federal RICO case, pretty much these guys go down. You know, I broke down the Casanova RICO case. That one was pretty much done. I'm going to do the 6ix9ine RICO case, guys. Don't worry. I know you guys have been asking for that one for a while. It's just that one is enormous. We got so much video that we're compiling. So I'm going to do that one for you guys as well in the future. It was actually Homeland Security Investigations, HSI, the agency I used to work for. It was the New York field office that did it. Okay, that one got indicted out of the Southern District of New York, which is very aggressive. Those are the same guys that got Casanova as well. And he recently actually pled guilty, which I predicted, because RICO cases, they don't mess around, guys, when it's federal. But anyway, let's go ahead and talk about RICO here. And I got something here I'm going to share with you guys. Let me pull this up real fast. And I think this is a fantastic explanation of the difference in RICO. Okay, so all right, so we got RICO here, Georgia law on RICO. OCGA, okay, 16-14-4 outlines 4 ways a person can be guilty of violating the racketeering statute: by directly or indirectly acquiring or maintaining any interest in or control any enterprise, real property or personal property through a pattern of racketeering or the proceeds derived from the activity. So now you guys see why they're so hell-bent on calling it an enterprise, okay? That's the prerequisite that's needed for RICO, both federal and state. By directly or indirectly participating in enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activity while being employed by or associated with the enterprise. Guys, this could be as simple as throwing up a gang sign with another known member. Bam, you're automatically associated with, okay? 3, by associating or endeavoring to directly or indirectly acquire or maintain any interest in or control of any enterprise, real property, or personal property through a pattern of racketeering activity or the proceeds derived from a pattern of racketeering activity, or by conspiring or endeavoring to directly or indirectly participate in an enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activity while being employed by or associated with the enterprise. So as you guys can see, it's very broad, okay? So whether you're an associate, you actually have a verified gang member, they can come and get you. This is how they were able to get 6ix9ine, guys. He wasn't actually a verified blood. However, since he was funding the gang, since he was involved with the gang, he was rocking bandanas, all that other stuff, they were charged him as if he was a gang member. All right. So, so there are many crimes that can be used to show a pattern of unlawful conduct. The predicate crimes that fall under the RICO statute in Georgia include drug offenses, homicide, bodily injury, arson, burglary, forgery, theft, prostitution, obscene materials, bribery, witness tampering, perjury, evidence tampering, commercial gambling, distilling liquors and alcoholic beverages, firearm violations, security violations, credit card fraud, computer crimes, kidnapping, carjacking, and making terroristic threats. Extremely broad, guys, which you guys are going to see components of all these things in this indictment. All right. So, and we don't have to go through all of this, guys. I'm going to go ahead and put, hold on, because there is a difference. GA RICO versus federal RICO. It's this one right here, I think. Oh, nope. Is it this one? God damn it. I had the link. Okay, I'll just go off the top of the head here because I know the difference between federal and state RICO anyway. So The thing with RICO, guys, for the state versus the feds is, simply put, if I'm going to just distill it for y'all, is that with the feds, you need a lot more evidence. Like the overt acts have to be like pretty damn strong, okay? And then on top of that, you need to affect interstate commerce. Okay. Now, what is affecting interstate commerce? Well, it's, let's say you're committing crimes in one part of the country, and then maybe you're using a telephone to, order hits, or you're traveling across state lines, or you're smuggling things across state lines, whether it's gun or contraband or whatever it may be. All these things, okay, affect interstate commerce. And once you affect interstate commerce, guys, bam, now the feds, right, are going to be involved in this investigation. So that's typically what happens. Let's see here. And then the other thing too, I want to also mention, guys, is that with the thing that threw me off a little bit was that normally when you have like, affluent rappers like this that are getting charged or whatever it may be, I always look at who the prosecuting agency was. And I noticed that no feds were involved in this investigation, because we're going to look at the press conference here. And the press conference always tells you who pretty much the main agency is. So the agencies that investigated this was the Atlanta Police Department and the Fulton County Sheriff's Office. All right. And then we got a DA, or a district attorney, that's extremely aggressive, that recently got sworn in. So they're going to go ahead and be very aggressive as to going after these street gangs. Why are they so aggressive going after street gangs? Well, because when you take violent criminals off the streets, okay, you're way more likely to be elected, because you can go ahead and say, listen, I took this many guns off the street, I took this much drugs off the street, I arrested these rappers that were responsible for all these violent acts, which we're going to get into here in a little bit. And people are going to be more likely to vote for you when you go after violent offenders. Let's keep it honest. I know this sounds horrible, but no one gives a shit about white collar criminals, right? They still get arrested and everything else like that, but it's not as sexy of a case as when you go after gang members that are over here, throwing up gang signs, dealing drugs, trafficking guns, shooting people, all these other things. All right. So, okay, so here's another thing here as well. So RICO is a crime that has federal statute and a Georgia state statute. The Georgia statute defines racketeering more broadly than the federal law does. Yeah, a lot of these crimes here, guys, that they mentioned, like terroristic threats, right, like the credit card fraud, all these other things, securities violations, these are kind of hard to do on the Fed side. Okay, so Georgia is much more broad with it. In addition, it takes less to prove a pattern of racketeering activity under the Georgia statute than the federal one. However, the largest difference between the two is that Georgia does not always require the existence of an enterprise to constitute racketeering, which is wild to me, okay? Because when we go through this indictment, you guys are going to notice that there's a lot of like just one-off crimes that don't necessarily associate too much with the gang. Like we're talking about bullshit like, maybe a burglary here, a theft here, tinted windows, like all kinds of weird stuff. But it's a very broad indictment. It's very obvious that they were going after these guys and they had a hard on for them. But yeah, other than that, let's go ahead and continue on. You had something? Some chats? Yeah, let's do definitely. We can go through some chats. So hold on, let me stop sharing screen. All right, so we got here. Free YSL, we on the yacht with the minorities. Hey, shout out to you, Fresh Prince CEO, aka Walter. Shout out to you, man. Yo, we got the minorities coming probably Tuesday, guys, and then we're gonna have them with some lovely ladies. Myron, what are your EDCs? Oh, everyday carries. Glock 19, Glock 26, my friend. Those are my guns. And when I was on the job, I used to carry those. Old ways, new women, got to keep a balance. Mahoy. Thank you so much, Doodle Bob. $2. Who else?
I think there's a couple more up here.
Okay, yeah, you can find them.
Yeah.
And then Kron Core got you. Thank you so much for that. I hope you guys are enjoying the show so far. I hope you guys are learning something. I really want to make sure that I extensively cover this, so you guys, leave this this broadcast knowing, how serious the charges are. I'll give my predictions at the end, and I'm going to show you guys the evidence. Drop my support to show the FNF fam. Thank you so much. Anything else? We caught up?
I think we're caught up.
All right, cool. We're caught up. So we went over the RICO thing. So, and real quick, let's go through a history with what RICO is, guys. All right. Basically, guys, it was created back, in the freaking like 70s, all right, to combat the mafia, aka the La Cosa Nostra. So back then, guys, they didn't have RICO. So what happened was people would commit crimes, right, at lower levels, and no one was able to get to the guys at the top of the totem pole, all right? And the mafia was very highly structured. You had guys at the top, you had guys in the middle, you had enforcers, all this other stuff. So the issue was law enforcement couldn't penetrate into the organization because no one wanted to talk, because obviously if you talked, right, La Cosa Nostra stands for our thing in Italian, and you would die. So what happened was they created racketeering laws, aka RICO, the RICO Act, to be able to go after organizations on a holistic level. And when you're able to go after the organization on a holistic level, well, guess what? Now you can charge the lower level guys for the crimes of the higher level guys, and the lower level guys are going to want to cooperate with law enforcement more. So let's go at an example, right? Let's say me, all right, Destiny over here, all right, and you know, Fresh and Chris and Mo and you know, a couple other people, right? Let's say we all rob a fucking bank, okay? And Destiny and Fresh go to the bank, right? And they basically, you know, they pull up, and Chris is a getaway driver, right? So they pull up to the bank and they say, "Hey, everybody, get on the fucking ground." And then everyone's like, "Oh my God, oh shit!" And you know, we're the Fresh and Fit gang, okay? Right? So Destiny and Fresh go in there and they put the guns to everybody, whatever. Someone scares Destiny, next thing you know, because she don't know what she's doing, oh, and she shoots someone and kills them, right? And then they get the money, and then they're like, they jump back in the car, right? And then they drive to back to home quarters, the Fresh and Fit podcast fucking studio, right? And I'm there with the money counter, and Mo is here having a donut. I don't fucking know, and and we're all counting money together, split it up, whatever it may be, right? When we part ways, right? 3 months later, we all get indicted. And guess what? We all go down for fucking murder because Destiny decided to shoot that one guy, right, during the commission of the bank robbery. So we're all going to go down. So what's going to happen? People are going to want to snitch. They're going to want to cooperate. Oh, what? Murder? What? Hell no. I'm going to, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to go ahead and cooperate with the police. And this is how law enforcement is able to turn people, make them state witnesses, federal witnesses, whatever it may be, or government witnesses in this case, and then bam, they're able to go ahead and topple the organization from the inside out. Okay, does that make sense to everybody? Give me ones in the chat if that makes sense. That's an example that I want to give y'all. But let me see here. Make sure that we got this all good to go here. And we got 7,000 plus y'all in here, so like the video, guys. And okay, makes sense to everybody? Perfect. All right, so we went over. We introduced who Young Thug is. We introduced who Gunna was. We went over briefly them getting arrested, and we went over what racketeering is and RICO laws in general, federal versus states. Awesome. So now let's go over some footage here that I got of the raid when they actually went ahead and got Young Thug. All right. So, all right. So I got some footage here, and this came from some people that were there.
Young Thug, Gunna, and 28 other YSL members were arrested on gang-related charges.
Sorry for the static,
Young
guys.
Thug's home in Atlanta. This is what happened.
As y'all can see, look at the show of force. Helicopters, troopers there, surveillance vans. Clearly, it was a SWAT team that hit it. Armored cars. Wild. You can tell it's an affluent neighborhood, right? That big ass truck. There he is. They're walking him out right there. All right. So, yeah, obviously a big show of force. So now we're going to get into the press conference. This press conference, guys, was done immediately after the arrest, okay? And we're going to go ahead and skip around it.
Expressing their concern. You ready?
So this is, I think, the chief of police for Atlanta Police Department.
To you all, thank you all for coming out. Want to acknowledge the DA and Fulton County Sheriff. We're here.
Give me ones in the chat if we're good.
The arrest of Jeffrey Williams, that in collaboration with Fulton County DA's office and the Fulton County Sheriff on yesterday.
Ones? Okay.
It's a little low.
This collaboration
Slow. Yeah, I don't know why.
is representative of the partnership of the Atlanta Police Department in the DA's office on our aggressiveness and going after gang members. The mayor, as well as the DA, gave a interview on last week expressing their concerns about what we were seeing in our city and how we would go after any offender. And at the direction of the DA taking the lead on us yesterday, making sure that we were able to get one of our top offenders off of the street. In partnership with them, utilizing our tactical teams, we were able to go out.
And you guys saw those tactical teams.
And arrest him without any significant consequences to him or any other.
All right, so this is the DA now talking.
Chief Rodney Bryant, as well as my sheriff and our sheriff, Sheriff Patrick Labat. We are here today about a grand jury indictment that was returned that included not just Jeffrey Williams, which is of some notoriety and media attention, but about 28 defendants that operated within our community between the time period of 2012 and 2022. It is our allegation that they operated as a criminal street gang and commenced to do havoc in our community. That havoc includes crimes of violence, crimes of thefts, crimes involving drugs.
And remember, guys, RICO with the states is far more broad than the feds, okay?
I've made no secret about it, nor any apology that as the district attorney of Fulton County, my number one focus is targeting gangs. And there's a reason for that. They are committing conservatively 75 to 80% of all of the violent crime that we are seeing within our community. And so they have to be rooted out of our community.
And we're going to talk about the gang violence here in a second, guys, and break this down for y'all.
I said just a week or two ago, it does not matter what your notoriety is, what your fame is. If you come to Fulton County, Georgia, and you commit crimes, and certainly if those crimes are in furtherance of a street gang, that you are going to become a target and a focus of this district attorney's office, and we are going to prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law. I agree.
So as you guys can see, they definitely have a hard on for these guys. And she's referring to YSL versus YFN, okay? And we're going to be talking about YFN Lucci here as well. Don't worry.
With Chief Bryant, what you see yesterday and what you will see in the upcoming months and years is the result of a lot of hard work by both the Atlanta Police Department and this office. We are proud to bring forth this indictment and hopefully to bring justice to a lot of the community who was victimized through the course you see in this indictment. But more importantly, the most important thing that we are here to do is to keep this community safe. And we believe removing these 28 defendants will keep Fulton County safer.
Again, guys, when you go after violent criminals, you're always going to look better to the public. That's why these types of, they want to do these cases.
There was one name I was actually expecting to see there that I didn't, and that's Jack Harlow. Can you speak?
So now they're opening it up for reporter questions. So we'll go ahead and skip this. All right. So as y'all can see, right, they have definitely are going after them extremely aggressively, which is, you know, very common. Oh, we got Demon Fingers, $5. AK viewers will be fed a stream record. Yeah. Shout out to all y'all, man. Like I said, this is a brand new channel, man. Fucking Don DeMarco. So we covered we covered that with the press conference. Let me see here. And I got a whole, guys, like I said, we were covering a lot here. So I took my notes for y'all.
So let's a couple more chats.
Go ahead, pull them up
really quick.
Yeah, can you pull them up? Can you read them for me while I look at this stuff real quick?
Fed Live viewers doing F&F numbers. Period. We're out here. All right. We have. Let me scroll down just 1 second, you guys. Next one here. AK viewers will be fed it stream record. Yes, this is a big case. I've actually been hearing a lot about it, so I was
when it came through, they were like, "Hey, man, you got to cover this YSL case." Like they almost stopped the show for us. So we got y'all, man. I've been doing a lot of research on it. So we'll just finish reading these, and I got the next part here.
Sure. Fedit is doing numbers on a Sunday. Hit the like button on your way and subscribe to the channel. Let's get to 50K subs. Let's do it.
Get me to 50K, guys.
And I think that's it. We're caught up.
Cool. All right. So again, shout out to Hip Hop Daily. Let's go ahead and go into the beef between these guys. All right. And we're going to go ahead. I'm going to fast forward a bit here. So they get arrested. Actually, you know what? No, instead of the beef, let's go ahead and I'm going to show you guys their initial appearances. All right. So this is Young Thug. This is his initial appearance in front of the judge when he gets arrested. All right. So they bring him in. Okay. And let me just break this down for y'all how this works. When you get arrested, guys, they have to bring you in front of a judge within it's your constitutional right within 24 to 48 hours typically. Okay. Now, since this is a state case and they're arresting people all the time, everything else like that, like with the feds, court is Monday through Friday. But a lot of times in the state system, court, they can bring you in on weekends, etc. The state system is a little bit more backlogged than the federal system. So, but they must bring you in front of a judge. So this right here is more than likely his initial appearance. Okay. This isn't the arraignment. The arraignment is the formal court proceeding where they bring you in and you actually enter in your plea, whether it's, guilty, not guilty, etc. But since he was indicted, they brought him right in. So let's go ahead and play this real quick.
All right, great. Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Jeffrey Williams. My name is Judge Rashida Oliver. You are here on a bench, what we call our benchmark calendar for Fulton County Superior Court. Be aware that on this calendar, you are here because you have been indicted under 22 SC 182273 for conspiracy to violate the Racketeer, Influence, and Corrupt Organization Act and
RICO.
Participation in criminal street gang activity. I brought you forward so that you can be put on notice that for the felony charges that you receive, you are to be presented before the judge, Honorable Judge Earl Glanville, at the next available calendar that will be presented in courtroom.
Now, you guys are probably wondering, what is an indictment? An indictment, and that's going to be very important here. They're going to refer to it throughout here. So let me just break it down real fast. An indictment, guys, is when a grand jury of your peers meet together. They hear the facts of the case from an investigator and from a prosecutor, and then they return a true bill of indictment or a no bill. That, there's the saying, you can indict a ham sandwich. By the time you go to grand jury and testify and present your case, guys, you've had enough evidence, because the prosecutor obviously is not going to go to grand jury and convene the grand jury to go ahead and, bring a bullshit case, ahead. So a lot of the time they're going to go ahead and return a true bill of indictment, which is what we saw earlier, guys, when you guys saw those names in there, the grand jury people. So, in the indictment. So he's been formally charged. This isn't like, you're on the side of the road and they arrest you because they catch you with drugs. No, they presented evidence. They convene a grand jury and they return a true bill of indictment. And that's going to be very important here. And you guys are going to see here in a second why.
8F at 9:30 a.m. The date at which you are to appear at this time, I am not aware of. But be aware that you have the right to remain silent and not incriminate yourself while you are there and anywhere else. Anything that you say can be used against you. It is my understanding that you are being represented by Attorney Ryan Steele. And the district attorney's office, Don Geary, are also on. So I wanted to make sure that you were fully aware of that. 88 Geary, is there anything else that you would need to add? And then I will hear from Attorney Brian Steele.
Judge, respectfully, I think you've already stated that there's not a bond issue. There's not really a first appearance other than you're verifying his counsel, which would handle the first appearance issue. One thing I want to put on the record, Judge, and thank you for giving me the opportunity, is at an appropriate time, we're going to file an objection or notice of objection to Attorney Steele. While he's a brother attorney, he has represented multiple people on the indictment, and we feel that a conflict would exist. And we just want the record clear on that. At the appropriate time, we'll move forward with that.
So basically, one of the attorneys, guys, represented people in the past, and they don't want him involved because when you have large indictments like this, where a lot of people have been arrested, sorry, I had on Destiny that whole time. They're like, oh, teddies.
Okay.
Yeah, but when you have when you have an indictment with that many people on it, it could be a potential conflict of interest because a lot of the times attorneys will advise their clients in their client's best interest, which 9 out of 10 times, guys, is going to be at the detriment of their co-defendants. One more time so you guys understand that. A lot of the time when you get a defense attorney and you have a big conspiracy case like this, especially where you're involved with multiple people, people are doing different types of crimes or whatever may be like that, your defense attorney or the defense attorney is going to do what's in the best interest of their client, which a lot of the times is contrary and to the detriment of their co-defendants. They're going to tell you to cooperate. They're going to tell you to snitch. They're going to tell you to wear a wire. They're going to tell you to do certain things that could potentially put you in a compromising situation. And since this guy's represented people before, right, a lot of these guys in this indictment aren't necessarily strangers to jail. It presents a conflict of interest. Okay.
All right. Anything, Attorney Steele?
So here's we're about to meet here.
Thank you so much, Mr. Williams.
This is
You represent Mr. Williams. I've
this is Young Thug's attorney here, guys.
entered or should be entered an appearance as counsel. My understanding from Uniform Superior Court Rule 26.1H, as in Hillary, that at the first appearance, this honorable court shall consider bond if the offense is not one that is bondable only by a Superior Court judge. I heard what you said as well, but the offense here is Mr. Williams is only indicted on count 56 and count 1, which is a criminal street gang activity and a conspiracy to commit racketeering. And both of those, I believe, are within your breast to set bond, and I would like bond to be heard by your honorable court. As far as conflict.
All right, so he's trying to downplay the charges a bit so to get his client out, typical,
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Thank you. And sir,
We're going to run into a big problem here in a
go
second.
ahead, Attorney Steele. I want to make sure I hear you out.
Okay, Your Honor, thank you. And as far as the conflict, Mr. Gary, as well as District Attorney Willis have explained that to me, and I believe that.
And don't worry, guys, we're going to go over the charges. Young Thug is named in a lot of these counts.
If they file the right motion, a hearing will be held. And under the law, this is not an actual conflict of interest. It is a potential conflict of interest, which can be waived. And I believe that will happen.
All right, thank you. Attorney Steele, I certainly understand. And if I were sitting solely as a magistrate, I believe you would be correct with the stating of the law itself. But as I am sitting as Superior Court, Fulton County delegated judge, there's specific delegation order for which I am operating under that indicates that the authority to set bail is simply not delegated for any case.
Translation. Okay, translation. Basically, I don't have the authority to grant your client.
Your audio's off.
Translation, guys. It's I don't have the authority to give your client bond or get him out because I've been delegated this authority temporarily to just hear this, get you in front of a judge. But this is going to be referred to a judge higher than myself because your client has been indicted by a grand jury. Okay, guys? So that's the difference when you're arrested just on the side of the road versus being indicted by a grand jury. It's hired up and now it's been automatically assigned to the Superior Court, which you're going to hear here in a second.
Regardless of the charges involved, that has been indicted and assigned to the docket of the Superior Court judge. And that is the order which I am following. And so because I am doing so, I'm not at liberty to do a bond unless I have some additional authority to do so.
So she can't do none.
At this time, I do not. So unfortunately, you will have to submit your motion for a bond directly to the Superior Court judge that is handling this case, which is Judge Earl Glanville.
All right. So Thug, he's not going to be able to get out for a bit, okay? And I think he did an emergency bond hearing, and they didn't let him out. So here is Gunna's initial appearance. And don't worry, guys, we're not going to watch all 15 minutes of it. We're just going to play a portion, okay?
Number is 22 SC 182273, the state versus Sergio G. Kitchens.
Yes, his real name is Sergio Kitchens, guys, yes.
And Mr. Kitchens, again, I'm Judge Wolf. This is a calendar to let you know what's going on with your case. There are a few issues that we might take up. I want to remind you that you're presumed innocent. You have the right to remain silent, and you have a right to a lawyer. Your lawyer, Mr. Samuel, as well as Mr. Garland, they're on the call. We're doing all this remotely because of COVID. So we also have
COVID.
Prosecutor Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith, if I could begin with you, sir. From the state's perspective, this is a little bit different because the case.
So Smith is the prosecutor, guys.
What is the state asking the court to do, if anything, today?
The state's position is that because this is a direct indictment, jurisdiction will lie with the Superior Court judge.
See, so the Superior Court has the main jurisdiction. So he's there for an initial appearance. They basically get this judge in, to make sure that they don't violate his due process, that he's, brought in front of a judge. The judge reads him his rights. You have the right to remain silent, anything you say, blah, blah, blah. Answer some basic questions, assign him counsel, all that other stuff, right? Get the court proceedings going. So that you're not sitting in jail forever. But this is the prosecutor here, and he's basically saying, yeah, it's been indicted, etc.
Judge Glanville, I believe, has been assigned to this case.
Okay, and I did see that on Odyssey. It looks
The
like
same judge that you guys just heard on Young Thug's situation.
who is an elected Superior Court judge was assigned the case. So, Mr. Smith, is it your position that probable cause has been established by the indictment?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, guys, the threshold is for an indictment, an arrest, anything in the United States is probable cause.
And the other issue that often comes.
And then the threshold of being found guilty in court is beyond a reasonable doubt. So probable cause is here, beyond a reasonable doubt is here. Because remember, when they arrest you, they're not arresting you based off of all the facts. Like they're arresting you just on a probable cause level. They're going to have more evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Okay. Remember, they use the minimum required to get you into custody.
Comes up with these first appearance calendars is bond. And so do I understand you that you're asking Judge Glanville to take up any bond issues?
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
So now we're going to introduce
from Mr. Samuel
Gunna's
both issues, the PC and the bond. Anything you would like to add?
defense counsel, I think,
There's
here.
nothing to add on the probable cause. Obviously, the indictment's been returned, so we can't challenge the probable cause. We do believe that you have concurred.
Now, if you're indicted, guys, like if you're not indicted and you're just like, let's say you're arrested through probable cause, like a police officer just arrests you on the side of the road, or they do an affidavit and they arrest you on probable cause alone, it's called a probable cause arrest. And what happens is they can do a probable cause hearing. All right. And a probable cause hearing is basically they bring that investigator in, whether it's a special agent, it's this state investigator, whatever it is, because the federal and state both have this hearing. It's called a PC hearing. And they'll basically, grill the agent or grill the investigator, right, about, hey, how did you come to this probable cause? They'll challenge the affidavit essentially that you put forth to get the person arrested. Okay, but since it's been indicted, you do not get a probable cause hearing because it's been indicted by a grand jury. So that's why he's saying we can't really challenge the probable cause.
Jurisdiction to consider bond. This is a case in which Mr. Kitchens is. I'm sure you haven't had time to read through the indictment.
It's also known as a preliminary hearing as well. In the federal system, we call it prelim.
Case, but the allegations, just reading the indictment itself and nothing more, it is so clear that he is entitled to bond. There are, in essence, 2 traffic offenses, not trafficking, but motor vehicle traffic offenses that are alleged. I represented him in one of those cases, and he was found guilty of a window tint violation. That's the RICO allegation.
See, that's what I mean. Like, there's some bullshit charges in there. Window tint.
The other one claims that he was speeding and got a speeding ticket. Actually wasn't even the driver. And someone in another car had a gun. With regard to, and the only other allegation.
That's going to come up in the lyrics, guys. Someone else in another car had a gun. And we're going to talk about that here when I go through the lyrics and I go through the actual document. But I just want you guys to kind of get a feel of what they're looking at, what it's like for an initial appearance to occur, what the defense is going to argue in the beginning. In the beginning, they don't really have much because they're just getting they're just getting the indictment. They don't have the evidence yet against them. They're going to do the process of discovery, right? Discovery is when the prosecution starts handing over to the defense all the evidence they have against their client. And then the defense and the client pretty much come up with a strategy, whether they're going to fight it, they're going to plead guilty, etc. Most cases plead out to lesser offenses most of the time. Okay. The feds win like 95% plus of their cases. The state lose a bit more, but with a case like this where there's so many counts, so many charges, it's not looking, there's a high potential of doing some time because these charges carry a mandatory minimum of 5 years all the way up to 20 years.
In the RICO indictment involves lyrics for some of his songs, some of which are some of the most internationally famous songs right now.
We have some of them.
Billboard #1 albums in the country, and the prosecution has indicted him, alleging those lyrics as being part of the reasons why he's guilty of a RICO offense. He voluntarily surrendered yesterday. He wasn't picked up. We called the sheriff, said, we're coming down. We know
Yeah, he got it. He turned himself in, guys.
I talked to the DA, Mr. Geary, told him we were coming down. Nobody had to go pick him up. He poses no risk of flight at all. He's been born and raised in Georgia, been here his whole time. His mother is sitting across the table from me here in my office. And he
Yeah, he went to go see his mom and spend time with his family before he turned himself in. Well, Young Thug, they just raided his joint. And then when they raided Young Thug, guys, he actually got hit with a few more charges because they found guns and some other things at his spot. And I'll pull it up for you guys here in a second.
He had no felony convictions of any kind. We are sitting here in jail at this point on a RICO allegation involving 2 motor vehicle offenses plus lyrics. And that is it, Your Honor. And they have to wait for however many weeks it's going to take.
All right, so the charges against Gunna are not as bad, guys. I will tell you that they're not as bad as Young Thug's. Okay, so we have enough there. We'll keep going in here. But before we get into the other stuff, I'll read the chats and then I'll show you guys the new charges that Young Thug got when they raided his house. Can we pull that up real fast?
Yeah, we'll start with this one.
Yeah. Okay. It's YSL versus ABG, not YFN. Both are sex, money, murder. Yes, they're both blood gangs, guys, but they refer to each other as they refer to as YFN. When in the court documents, you guys are going to see they're going to refer to it as YFN. All right. 9K plus in here. Hit the like button on your way in for this fire content. Yes, I hope you guys are enjoying this one, man. I'm being very thorough, systematic, breaking it down for y'all. We're going to get into the evidence here in a second. Actually, go through the indictment line by line and see what they're actually going after Young Thug for. They have quite a bit of things on him, and then Gunna is not as bad. And then I'll Myron, keep the camera on Quantum. We don't want to see your bald ass. Thank you, Rooney. I appreciate that, you fucking simp. And then we got Kuki Twan goes $20. Hey, Myron, love your show. Man, you do amazing work on educating everyone with your channel. Keep up the awesome work. Also, can you one day do a video on the Christopher Dorner case based out of California? Yeah, I'll look into that. And then also, guys, I've already started gathering documents on this Buffalo shooter. I had a friend that's up there in Buffalo right now. She's gathering some things for me. And also on top of that, FBI is swarming the place. So I anticipate in the next couple of days, there's going to be a federal complaint filed for that dude up there in Buffalo. And I also have the video as well. So I'm going to get ready. I'm probably going to do that one next week for you guys. And I also have the 42 Doug case ready to go as well. Everyone is looking at Fed Channel for breaking news now because he was the first to break the Megan Stallion case. That's why the view's up. Thank you so much, my friend. Yes, I was the first one to break the Meg Thee Stallion cap on Tory Lanez, man. Long story short, there's a lot of conflicting evidence in there. The police report clearly shows that the person that treated her in the ER saw the wounds as lacerations from stepping on glass, and people don't know that she actually was in a fist fight with her friend prior to the gunshots going off. And, you know, they were coming from a party from Kylie Jenner's house. Tory Lanez was having sex with both of them, you know, was hooking up with both of them. And there was an argument, you know, some around that. And then no one really knows who fired the gun. But what I will say is that the DNA results on the gun came back inconclusive for Tory Lanez, and it came negative for the magazine. So there's a very high likelihood that he did not fire the gun. And there was also no gunshot residue on him either, but there was gunfire residue on the friend. So, you know, let's think about this for a second. You got two friends fighting on the side of the street, right? Fucking Street Fighter. Beating the shit out of each other, right? Hitting each other with, right? And Hadoukens. Like, what do you think is going to happen, right? It's like, who's going to be the one to fire the gun, right? Bitch, you fucked him. So it's like, oh, shit. So it is what it is, man. We'll see what happens. But Tory can't talk on the thing. And I also pulled up the protective order, guys, because if he mentions anything on Twitter or whatever it may be, he can get arrested for that. So right now, Meg controls the narrative, and she's, you know, she's smart about it. She's going on Instagram Live. She did 2 of them. She went on Gayle King and gave her an interview. But here's the problem. The Instagram stories, the police reports, the interviews, they don't line up to a lot of the evidence that's been found. You know, she's saying in one interview that I was in the front seat, but then you read the police report there, Tory Lanez was in the front seat. You know what I'm saying? So stuff is off. Stuff is off.
And then I have one super chat that I can't find that I want to read. It says, Joseph for $100. Hey, brother, keep up the good work. I love it. Question. Do you have any information on Tay K, second capital murder case? I know he's convicted of one murder pending another, but no word on that capital case.
I don't. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I hate covering federal state cases because state cases are very difficult to get the information on. Hence this case right here. We were able to get it done, but in general, I will do the TK case. I've been getting that request quite a bit too, so don't worry. And thank you so much for that $100 super chat. I appreciate that, my friend. And then we got a $50 super chat here from Takezo Kenzie. The feds and the whole YSL organization is turning into Fed It tonight, baby. Fed It gang, we up over here doing F&F numbers. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate that greatly. All right, cool. I think we're caught up. All right, cool. We're caught up. Thank you guys so much, man. I appreciate it. Hope you guys are learning because I really enjoy giving this information because like I said before, I've done these cases myself, man. So I'm speaking from a perspective where I can, I can like kind of put you guys in the investigator's shoes. All right, cool. So where are we at here? So we went over, so a quick little recap because a lot of you guys are here right now and you might not know what happened before. We did an introduction on who Young Thug is. Then we did an introduction on who Gunna is. Then we played the video of Young Thug getting raided. We played the initial appearance for both Young Thug and for Gunna. And then we also delineated, talked about the differences between RICO in the state versus the RICO federal. This is a state RICO case, guys. This case was investigated by the Fulton County Sheriff's Office and the Atlanta Police Department, which for me made me ring a few bells. Normally, when you have a case like this where you have rappers, etc., the feds will be all over it. So I am a little, how do I say this? Confused as to why the feds didn't get involved in this thing. I'm thinking that they probably didn't have enough. They didn't think it was sexy enough, or maybe they didn't have enough evidence or whatever. But this DA is very aggressive. She's new. She got sworn in recently, so she's trying to make an example. And the best way to make a splash on your way into the job is definitely go after violent criminal organizations. All right. So, and we're going to talk about the First Amendment as well. I know some of you guys are probably wondering about that. So let's go ahead and break down this, continue to break down this indictment. I'm going to show you guys something as well here. I'm going to show you guys the charges that they hit Young Thug with when they raided his house. When they raided his house, they got more evidence, actually. So this is the Atlanta Police Department here. We got conspiracy to violate the Racketeering Influence Corruption Organizations Act. Looks like another count. So because they arrested him on May 9th, right? Possession of marijuana with intent to distribute. VGCSA, possession of a Schedule 3 or 5 controlled substance with intent to distribute. Possession of firearm during commission of a felony. Possession of a sawed-off shotgun, sawed-off rifle, machine gun, dangerous weapon, or silencer. Unlawful for person employed by, associated with criminal street gang. To conduct, participate in criminal activity. And he got 3 counts of that. So guys, this right here, I'll tell you guys what the most dangerous charge is for this right now. This one right here. Possession of a sawed-off shotgun, sawed-off rifle, machine gun, dangerous weapon or silencer, and then possession of firearm during the commission of a felony. If Young Thug is a felon, okay, I would not be surprised if the feds come in and come in and hit him with felon in possession of a firearm, which is going to be pretty much a slam dunk case. Feds never lose that charge, which it's 18 USC 922G. I used to charge that charge myself all the time. Anytime I caught a felon with a gun, we'd hit them with that thing. And then if we wanted to get them to cooperate, it was a common tactic that we would use to get someone to flip. Dope video, bro. RIP Lil Keed. We're going to play a song from Lil Keed later on too. So don't worry, bro. They're actually using a song from him as well on this indictment. But and that's from Little Axe, $5. Thank you so much. Can you do me a favor, Quantum? Can you double check and see if Young Thug has a felony conviction? You can check on that on this. Yeah, there you go. Bam. And we'll confirm that for you guys. Days have to run for election, so they jump on high profile quickly. Exactly, Wayne. Someone knows what's going on here. So all right, so let's go back to this indictment here, guys. All right. So what we're gonna do, guys, is we're gonna go ahead and type in Williams. Okay. And the reason why we're going to type in Williams is because that is Young Thug. Jeffrey Williams is his real government name, right? So as you guys can see, they have him in the indictment, his name 56 times. They spelled his name Jeffrey wrong a few times, by the way. So hey, you guys got to sharpen up down there in Georgia. But when you do it by Williams, you find it all. Okay. So we talk about the enterprise. So he comes up first here. Defendant Jeffrey Williams, an associate of YSL, did commit the felony offense of theft by receiving stolen property when he possessed property, to wit, a firearm, the property of Ann Phillips, that Williams knew or should have known was stolen with the intent of depriving Ann Phillips of said property in violation of Georgia law, OGCGA, which is, guys, the Georgia code, by the way. This is like the Georgia law code. And then they cite the statutes, okay? An overt act in the furtherance of the conspiracy, all right? So now we're going to go again. And we're going to go defendant Jeffrey Williams, an associate of YSL, appeared in a video released on social media titled Ill, where defendant states, read just like Elmo, but I never fucking giggle. YSL won't fold, pick his ass off from the balcony. YSL wipe a nigga nose. I'm a fuck for the cash. Then she getting robbed by Tick. In a Bentley on Wesley getting trailed by Sniper. All I ever wanted was the money. Put your hands in the air if you dare any motherfucker to step over there. FNN, put him in a wheelchair. An overt act in the furtherance of the conspiracy. Now, when I read it like that, it sounds terrible, doesn't it? Like, goddamn, you know, you imagine reading that shit in a courtroom, right? Doesn't sound too good. But, and before people start crying in here, oh my God, Myron, you used the N-word. Listen, motherfuckers, I'm black. My family is from Sudan, all right? I was born in the United States. My parents were born in Sudan. I'm the definition of African-American. So suck a fucking dick. I will go ahead and read the lyrics full on, because if it was 1951, I'd be in the color section with everybody else. All right? My hair is curly. My parents are from North Africa. They speak Arabic, and it is what it is. All right? So I'm black too. Fuck out of here. And we got 10K live viewers. Y'all came at the perfect time because we're just starting to get into this bad boy. So we got the song Ill that they're using for lyrics. So I got y'all right now. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and play a portion of this song. Now, just so y'all know, I'm going to go ahead and play each lyric portion, right? It might be a second or two, whatever it may be, because I don't want to get hit with the copyright, guys. But I want you guys to actually hear it, okay? Because it's a big difference when you hear it versus when you read it from an indictment, right? And we want to keep this thing a little bit more entertaining as well. So, so we're going to go ahead. I'm going to share screen with y'all real fast. All right. So we're going to go ahead and play this bad boy. And this is actually this is a very old song. But here it is right here. Nope. All right. So we're going to go and play the first song, the giggle like Elmo portion, right? So I've already done the timestamps, guys. Don't worry. I got y'all. All right. So we're going to go to 212 here. All right. All right, so one more time, we'll play that back from 211. So he goes, red just like Elmo, but I never fucking giggle. Okay, so bam, that's one. And then YSL won't fold, pick his ass up from the off of the balcony, right? Or actually, we'll do the wipe nose one. So 242, bam. YSL wipe a nigga nose. Then we're going to go ahead and go to his other portion here. 257. All right. And roll all this crap down for y'all. So he goes, I'm a fuck for the cash, then she getting robbed by Tick. So in other words, I'm going to go ahead and pay for some box and then have my man rob her and get my money back by Tick. And we know Tick is one of the founders, okay, of YSL. All right. And then let's go ahead to the next one about the Bentley. Okay. I'll read the lyric for y'all one time. Okay, it looks like he did this live at a radio show or something like that. And it goes, in a Bentley on Wesley getting trailed by a sniper. Okay, which is, you know, common when you're going to do a hit on someone. You have one vehicle is like, you know, kind of scouting it, and then the vehicle behind has all the dudes with the guns. All right. And then we're going to go ahead to the YFN diss part, which is at 401. Give me some fucking ones in the chat if you guys are enjoying this, man. Because we're actually going to go ahead and play the joint. So the lyric goes, all I ever wanted was the money. Put your hands in the air if you dare any motherfucker to step over here. FNF, put him in a wheelchair. Okay, FNN, excuse me, which he's referring to YFN. Right, put your hands in the air. Okay, bang. Obviously a direct diss at them. And then, which according to the state of Georgia, this is an overt act in the furtherance of the conspiracy. Okay, so this illustrates the beef that these guys have with each other, how they don't like each other. And we're going to go over the beef in a little bit more detail later on. Okay. So next, we're going to go ahead. So let me stop here. Let's go back to the indictment now. All right.
Can we do some chats?
Oh, yeah, we definitely can. Motherfuckers saying you're not black. They must have never seen your brother IG at Riyadh Photo. Dox that nigga. Fuck him. Go ahead. Yeah, that's my little brother, guys. He's black as hell. So yes, I am definitely black. What else do we have here, Destiny?
We have 12-pack of Modelo's. Hi, Myron. Do Tupac grape case or SPM? I don't know what that means.
What? I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
What is that again?
Yeah, we're just gonna
skip it. All right.
Yeah. FNF merch idea. It says, hold on. Wait, what?
Thug could definitely get picked up by ATF for them guns. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, did you figure out if he's a felon, Destiny?
Yeah, so it says he was charged with the participation in a criminal street gang, but he was not charged for any felonies. Yeah.
He's never been convicted of a felony?
I didn't find any felony convictions.
Okay, because I know he was arrested in 2018. Double check that if you don't mind.
Yeah.
And I'll pull up these chats here. Fair use, by the way, guys. Fair use, okay? Fair use. I'm taking some risks by playing this music, but I really want to get y'all, you know what I'm saying, involved. Because when I read it from the papers, it's whack, man. I guarantee these prosecutors were just like, hey, this shit lit, but he going to jail. FNF merch idea, GTLUN, get the likes up ninjas under the pink baklava with crooked glasses and the 2 Nerf pistols. Sir, I like that one. Hi, Myron. Do Tupac grape case or SPM? Oh, okay. So I'm about Tupac's grape case from the 90s.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, that was definitely, from what I understand, it wasn't the girl, was false allegation. DAs have to run for election, so they jump on hype. Yes, absolutely. And then Digletts gave $100 super chat. FNF put him in a wheelchair. Hey, thank you so much, bro. And then we got Jose Rodriguez. Let's go, fed it. Nothing but gems. Got y'all, man. And then let's see here. Yeah, my brother is black as hell, bro. Mego's probably in the front seat when they left Kylie's after the fight and the gunshots. Then Tori ended up in the front. That is potentially true. But why didn't she mention that? You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker saying you're not black. Nope, read that one. And then we got Blue Baggins. Thug could definitely get picked up by ATF. Yep, read that one. Okay, I think we're caught up. Cool.
We're caught up. And also, just for everyone in the chat that's been asking, it's Alien Bunny is my Instagram.
Yes.
2 underscores Alien Bunny.
Send your dick pics there, guys.
Please, no dick pics.
You have anything you want to say to the people?
No dick pics.
Okay.
Appreciate y'all though. Keep supporting. We're almost at 10K viewers.
Yeah. Oh, we're here right now. We're at 10K right now.
That's what's up.
Okay.
One other thing, it
Yeah,
says, according to documents, Young Thug has been charged with possession and intent to distribute meth, hydrocodone, and weed.
Oh yeah, that's in this indictment though. There's nothing before that.
I can't find anything before that, but I'm gonna keep looking while you're going.
Yeah, let me know if there's a felony conviction, because if he has those guns and he's a felon, that's going to be a problem. But ATF can still get him if they're like sawed-off shotguns and he doesn't have permits for them, or the silencers, because all that stuff is regulated by the ATF. You need to pay. You need to get like a permit essentially, and you got to pay like a whole. It's very expensive to do. So if you ever see someone with silencers and sawn off and all these like crazy things on their guns, trust me, it's expensive to do that stuff. But FN is a gun 5.7. What are you talking about, bro? I get that, but that's not what I'm talking about. Okay. Let's see here. So let's keep going here. So we're gonna go ahead into the next part of the indictment. I'm going to share the indictment with y'all again here. Check out some of the music, Drunk Thoughts by YXOZ. Okay. Okay. All right. Defendant Jeffrey Williams, an associate of YSL, did pose for a photo released on social media wearing a red clothing and flashing a YSL gang hand sign, an overt act in furtherance of the conspiracy. And this was on November 3rd, 2014, guys.
We have that photo. You brought it up earlier.
Okay, so y'all don't know Atlanta politics. FN a gun. All right. Well, I guess that's then there we go. Now we know the Atlanta slang. Thank you for clarifying. So here it is. This is a picture we showed y'all before. Here's Young Thug, okay, posing for a picture, and this is in the indictment here. So yeah, and they didn't name the other person in here. So that's okay. So that's not who I thought it was. That's someone else. Okay. So let's keep going. All right. Next, we got defendants Demikian Garlington and Jeffrey Williams. This is from January 3rd, 2015. Associates of YSL did post for a photo with the caption, "We ain't going back and forth, an overt act in furtherance of the conspiracy." Okay, so what are they talking about exactly here, guys? Well, they're talking about this picture right here. Okay. This is the guy right here. SXARFAXE. You guys can see the caption. We ain't going back and forth. Okay. And I did some, snooping on this guy. And this dude, guys, is a, well, what the hell? Why won't it go? Whatever. Oh, it's because, there we go. All right. So this guy, you could tell from his pictures, man. Like this dude is, I mean, red bandanas everywhere. Okay. He's red here. Okay. Red bandanas, throwing up gang signs, stacks of money, more red bandanas. I mean, this is as self-snitch as it gets, So, here's a blood motorcade. So, yeah, this is one of Young Thug's homies. All right. So we can move this one out the way. All right. So that's one. Then the next part of the indictment goes, defendant Jeffrey Williams and associate YSL did rent a 2014 Silver Infiniti Q50 sedan from a Hertz rent-a-car, which was used in the commission of the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr., a rival gang member, on the 10th day of January 2015, which is an act of racketeering under the OCGA, an overt act in furtherance of the conspiracy. So this is one of the more serious charges, guys, okay? Because if they're able to actually prove that that he did in fact rent a car for the purpose of killing him, well, that's almost as bad as actually pulling the trigger. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to pull this up for y'all real fast. That breaks down this beef in more detail. All right. We're going to go back to our guy, Hip Hop Daily. It's good. This good video, which breaks down this this situation.
Plus, he allegedly rented a car that was used during the murder of wife and Lucci's homie, Donovan Big Nut Thomas. In January 2015, Big Nut was standing on the street in Atlanta when someone drove by and started letting off shots. Nut was killed, and 2 innocent bystanders was also hit, but survived. No one knows for sure who was behind the hit, but some rumors say that YSL was involved. Now Thug's been named for renting a car that was used in the drive-by, and 5 other YSL affiliates have been charged for murder, including Yacht Gotti, who signed the Thug's label.
And we're going to talk about Yacht Gotti here in a bit.
Even though 28 YSL members have been indicted, Thug's lawyers still claim that it's not a gang. His lawyer, Brian Steele, told the New York Times, Mr. Williams comes from an incredible, horrible upbringing, and he's conducted himself throughout his life in a way that is just to marvel at. He's committed no crime whatsoever. The indictment is baseless to include him. Gunna was also named in the indictment and charged with a count of racketeering. The documents show that he's been accused of receiving stolen property and drug possession with intent to distribute. Thug and Gunna's individual charges ain't that serious. But since this is a RICO case, they can go down for any crimes.
More wiping to the nose. All right, so let's go back to the indictment. Okay, so now you guys know that's what they're looking at him for. Let me make sure here I covered everything with that. Oh, and then Peanut, right? So we're going to talk about this guy. We're going to talk about Peanut when he got killed. It's right around here. Oh, yeah, that guy self-snitched on himself as well.
Nut was killed in 2015, facing 15 more charges and a new in his shoulder, once in his knee, and once on the side of his head. Briss was arrested anyway, so he almost killed a cop for no reason. And now he's facing 15 more charges and a new indictment too. The indictment says, after Big Nut was killed in 2015, Briss said in 2 separate videos that some people get killed, bro, from me and YSL. And I never killed anybody, but I got something to do with that body.
Oh my fucking God. Yeah, this is a very bad case of self-snitching, guys. But we're going to play those lyrics as well, so don't worry. Okay, so let's go on to the next one. So let's see here. So let me stop sharing here. Okay, so we're going to go back to the indictment here, guys. Skinny Myron here, just checking in. Skinny Fed It. Thank you so much, Skinny Myron. I appreciate that. And then what else do we got here? Can you read the chats while I pull this stuff up? Go ahead.
Yeah, no problem. Scott Guns for $10. We have, I think we read this one. Takizo Kensai.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, try to see if you can highlight the ones that were, or you already put them. If you already put them on screen, then yeah, just click the ones up top. Scotty Guns, $10. That's a super sticker. All right.
I think we're caught up.
Caught up?
honestly.
Cool. All right. Thank you. Appreciate that, guys. Appreciate it greatly. So we're going to go ahead and go back to the indictment. So the next thing here, guys, is January 25th, 2015. Defendant Jeffrey Williams, an associate of YSL, and Kyle Ori, the leader of the criminal street gang Sex Money Murder, did engage a conversation with one another, and the conversation stated that sacrifices must be made, soldiers must fall in order for battle to be won. The conversation further states, per all, 5 H020 Street Life, KG to God, 3 Shot, Nazi New, and M1, the AKAs of 5 leaders of Sex Money Murder in Georgia. Anybody not under one of these individuals in the state of Georgia must line up Pete Sap. There is no rolling from one to the other. Everything is as if you are one. Sex Money Murder, nothing added and nothing taken away. 2 guns, an overt act and furtherance of the conspiracy. Now, this right here, guys, has me extremely concerned because the thing is here is that they're basically saying a conversation with one another. Okay, so what does this mean? Well, it could be one of these things. It can be either A, they had this conversation on Instagram and they were able to intercept these messages from maybe doing a search warrant or whatever it may be, or some other kind of media service. Okay. It could have been Facebook. It could have been someone was wearing a wire. Okay. During the conversation, someone was cooperating with the government. All right. Or the state in this case. It could be they had the area where they were meeting bugged. All right. It could have been like an undercover house or something like that where someone was cooperating. But either way, someone, all right, that was involved in this meeting, all right, was wearing some type of recording device for them to be able to hear that. All right. Or the last option was it could have been court authorized intercepts, which also known as wiretaps or Title III intercepts. All right. And I'll break this down a little bit more as we continue on with this indictment, and I'll break down the differences between all of them, because each there's a big difference between wiretaps versus like a consensually monitored phone call or a consensually monitored recording device put on an informant or an undercover or a cooperator or whatever it is. All right. So yes. So let's keep going. So next we got here, Jeffrey Williams, an associate of YSL, did appear in a video released on social media 16 days after the murder of Donovan Thomas, stating, so a nigga lie to their mama, lie to their kids, lie to their brothers and sisters, and then get right in the courtroom and tell the God's honest truth. Don't get it. Y'all niggas need to get fucking killed, bro. From me and YSL. Holy shit, man. An overt act in furtherance of the conspiracy. All right. Now, I wasn't able to find this social media. Guys, I was looking all over for it, but I couldn't find this actual recording. So, yeah. Next, we got defendants, and this is on February 9th, 2015. Defendants Demakian Garlington and Jeffrey Williams, associate of YSL, did appear in a video released on social media displaying the YSL gang hand sign and blood gang signs with the caption, "You dig 30, YSL coming soon, an overt act in furtherance of the conspiracy." Well, what are they talking about exactly? I got y'all. This is what they're talking about. All right. This is the, let me minimize this thing a bit. Oh, no, hold on. My bad, guys. There we go. That should fit into the screen. All right, so we're going to play it with sound. Oh, doesn't look like there's any sound. Okay, so we're throwing gang signs up. That's Young Thug right there. Right? And this was on February 9, 2015, as shown in the indictment. Right? So, yeah, this is it right here. Yep, YSL throw blood signs with the caption, "You dig." So one more time for y'all. So, driving, why, sing along with the song. There you go. Man, they made it too easy for the cops, bro.
There's no sound on this.
Yeah, no, I know.
Okay.
Okay, so next, We're going to go defendants Demakian, Garlington, and Trontavious Steffens, associates of YSL, did post for a photo released on social media wearing red clothing with the caption slime shit with the green snake emoji and red B emoji. So this one doesn't actually involve Williams, guys, but it's right underneath. It's like, you know, 2 weeks later. So I pulled the picture up anyway. This is who they're talking about, these two guys. Okay. All right. These are the two. This is the guy in the front is Demakian Garlington, and the other guy is Trontavious Steffens. Man, these names are difficult. Holy. All right. You know, so, and here you guys can see the snake and the bee, right, with the heart sign. Wearing red. All right. Next, we got defendant Martinez Arnold, Demakian Garlington, Defamonte Kendrick, Shannon Stillwell, and Jeffrey Williams, associates of YSL, did post for a photo released on social media flashing a YSL gang hand sign, an overt act in furtherance of the conspiracy. Got y'all right now because their picture's trash, but this is it right here. Bang. As you guys can see, here's your boy Garlington. Here's Thug right here. And then here's a couple of the other defendants here. Okay. And I think this is, in these New Orleans streets, right? And this was March 20th, 2015. It's shown here, March 20th, 2015. All right.
And I did get, I looked it up. It says he has no prior felony convictions.
Okay. So he's good then, at least with ATF from that perspective. If he has permits on the guns, then he'll be all right. But the fact that they charged him, I mean, he probably didn't have permits on the guns since they charged them. So yeah, guys. So as you guys can see, the feds look at all this stuff, and not the feds, excuse me. The state looks at all this stuff. And the thing is, guys, is they're showing all these pictures to show y'all, right? Here's throwing up the gang signs with the Y, right? Red bandanas, right? Etc. They're doing this to show that this is an enterprise that, you know, that is strong. All right. So next, we got defendant Jeffrey Williams, an associate of YSL, did commit the felony offense of terroristic threats while Christopher May attempted to inform him that he was no longer welcome at Perimeter Mall. Williams stated, "If you continue to approach, I'll shoot you in the face with a gun." In violation of Georgia law pursuant to OGCGA, which in the act of racketeering activity under, you know, the RICO Act, or an overt act in furtherance of the conspiracy, which is crazy to me that talking shit like basically terroristic threats is considered something that could be pursued for you know, for racketeering activity, guys. Because I'll be honest with y'all, like a lot of the time when someone gives terroristic threats, it could be some bullshit like, I'm gonna beat you up. Like that could be considered as terroristic threats. You know, when I was in Texas, they used to throw that shit at everybody. If you talk shit to the cops, whatever it may be, they'll hit you with terroristic threats. All right. So next, we got defendant Jeffrey Williams, an associate of YSL, appeared in a video released on social media titled Slime Shit, where the lyrics state, and you know, we'll go right into the video. This shit, I ain't gonna lie, this shit kind of bum. I could picture the prosecutors like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Listen to this shit, but let's go ahead and play this bad boy. All right. So the first one is, hey, this that slime shit. Hey, YSL shit. Hey, killing 12 shit. Hey, fucking jail shit. Oh man, again, doesn't sound too good. Could you imagine like some white prosecutor with glasses? Okay, Your Honor, so let me read these lyrics. Hey, this that slime shit. Hey, YSL shit. Hey, killing 12 shit. Hey, which by the way, 12 means police. Hey, fuck a jail shit. Hey, cooking white's brick. Your Honor, I think that refers to cocaine. You know, like it is definitely gonna be a fucking, it would not look too good. But let's go ahead and play a portion of this bad boy. Let's see here. And I'll play it for y'all so you guys can hear it. Right? I don't actually have to share the music video. So 12 is police, guys, by the way. Do you imagine? They're just bumping that shit in the back like, yo, we about to get these boys. They probably were listening to this on the way when they went to go raid his house. All right, so that was the first portion of it. Hold on, guys, because I gotta play it by second, so bear with me here. So we're on slime shit. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna go white brick. So we're gonna go at the 40-second mark. So now we're here cooking white brick. Okay. Now we're gonna go into the next lyric, which is, I'm not new to this. Hey, so I'm true to this. All right. And that's going to be at, actually, no, we'll skip that one. We're going to go to the 100 licks. All right. And that's going to be at 51. Fair use, guys. Fair use.
I'm not new to this. Hey, I'm so true to this. Hey.
So what is he saying here? Basically, I'm not new to this. I've been true to this. I put a whole slime on 100 licks, which is a fellow, gang member, licks, robberies, hurting somebody, whatever it may be. But licks are typically robberies. Okay. So next we're going to go into a discussion on the VIP.
I'm going to read a couple chats.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
We have Scotty Guns. Can you do a breakdown of the G Fredo and 7981 Cal case? They from Boston.
G Fredo? Oh, yes. I already have that case saved. I will break that one down. I have that one in the chamber, guys. It was Secret Service that did that one. That was fraud. So I got y'all.
And then we have based on Jordan Smith for $5. Based on 10K views, I bet YFN and YSL members watching Myron break all this down.
Yeah.
Thanking him for explaining.
I got y'all, man. Like, you guys got to do better, man. You guys got to do better. Real talk, like, if you're a musician and you're like committing crimes or any of this other stuff, like, real talk, you should be consulting with your lawyer. And before you put any record out, before you do anything, you should consult with your lawyer. Hey, what do you think about this? Blah, blah, blah. It's all privileged information. Like they can't, listen to your conversation with your lawyer unless your lawyer is involved in criminal activity with you. Then that's a problem. But for some of you guys that still got one foot in the music studio and then another foot in the streets,
don't incriminate yourself.
Yeah, like don't incriminate yourself, man.
Why?
Like just don't do the street shit, guys. I know it's tough to get out of it, but like just don't do the street shit, man. And if you are, you better consult with your attorney on everything that you do, bro. Any project that you're gonna release, any social media post, any of that, you should consult with your attorney.
We have one more.
Yeah, go ahead.
We have Speed to Go. Myron, can you do a feta on what would have happened to Juice WRLD if he was alive to take charges for the 70 pounds of weed and guns he had on his PJ?
I could tell you right now, more than likely what would have happened is 70 pounds. I mean, that's not that much, man. But it was in Chicago. So you know what? They probably, was there guns on it too? They said?
Yeah, they said guns and weed.
Oh yeah, then yeah, he would have went to jail. They would have got him with 924C probably, 18 USC 924C, which is possession of a firearm while committing a drug trafficking offense. Because even though 70 pounds of weed is a joke, it's still illegal federally, marijuana. And then whenever you have a gun involved with weed, they're going to come after you. That's why they went after Rollo so hard.
We have Mojo's World 2327. You don't need a permit to have a gun. You need a permit to conceal carry. Marijuana with guns is a charge, though.
Even if you got a concealed carry, but you're carrying around marijuana, you're going to go to jail.
A lot of questions for cases. Can you review the case on my homie James from Skinny Myron?
I don't know if we'll be able to do that one, my friend.
All right. I think we're caught up.
I'm caught up? Cool. All right. So next one here is I'm in the VIP. In the VIP, and I got that pistol on my hip, aka VIP. Praying to Allah. And again, guys, I'm stopping it every little bit to make sure that we don't get hit with the copyright or whatever.
I'm praying that I hit.
Praying that I hit, whether it's op or maybe a hot chick. I don't know.
Hey, that slime shit.
Okay. So then we go. This lyric is hilarious. All right. So it goes, fuck the police. Fuck them in a high speed. All right. So that is going to be at 135. And again, for those of you guys, thank you guys for bearing with me. It's YouTube. You know how they be. They're like, oh my God, copyright. So I'm one of the only guys right now that's actually playing the music for y'all so you can hear it in real time. Because when I play it out, when I just read it, it sounds terrible, you know?
Police in a high speed. Let her out on bleed.
Yep. Fuck the police. And then it goes, Next one, we're going to go 226. All right, we're going to talk about monkeys here in a second, allegedly. Got a banana clips for all these niggas acting monkey. Okay. All right. And then this, that slime shit, this, that mob shit. All right. So we're going to go. Actually, no, we're going to go right into the best part. Fuck the, fuck the judge. YSL. This, that mob life. Oh, man. All right, so we got, where's that at? That's at, 416.
Honestly, with how many viewers we have in here, can we do like 20 and up? Because I'm at the $2, $5.
Okay, yeah. So guys, from this point forward, I'm only going to read 50 and up super chats to make sure that I go ahead and get through the chat because we've got 10,000 y'all in here. But every single super chat is going to be shown on screen. Okay, so don't worry. Every chat's going to be shown on screen. However, we're only going to read 50 and up. All right, guys. And then Destiny, can you do me a favor and like make a note of any cases that they want us to cover that to come off as good?
Sure.
All right. So next here, guys, we're at the fuck the judge part. All right.
Hold tight for the jail. Why I say all of them all like.
Could you imagine? Your Honor, I have Jeffrey Williams here. We're gonna play his song "Slime Shit," where the lyrics state, "Hey, this that slime shit. Hey, YSL shit. Hey, killing 12 shit." That's murder to the police, by the way. Hey, fuck a jail shit. So fuck incarceration. Hey, cooking white brick. And then he just skips to this part. Fuck the judge. YSL. This, that mob life. I rest my case, Your Honor. Could you imagine how fucking crazy that'll sound? All right, let's keep going on here. We got defendants Sergio Kitchens and Jeffrey Williams, associates of YSL, did commit the felony offense of theft by receiving stolen property when, while possessing property with a firearm, the property of Trevon Lewis, that Kitchens or Williams knew or should have known was stolen in the intent of depriving Trevon Lewis of said property in violation of Georgia law. So you guys are probably wondering, well, how the fuck do they know that the gun is Trevon Lewis's? So anytime, guys, little breakdown here. Anytime a gun is reported as stolen or whatever it may be, it's there's going to be done an e-trace on that firearm. And e-trace is done by the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, aka the ATF. Okay, it's a federal law enforcement agency here in the United States under the Department of Justice. So they're going to go ahead and trace the gun back and see who the original owner of the firearm was. So let's say, remember, going back to that scenario, right, where me and Destiny and Fresh and everybody robbed the bank and we get arrested. Well, Destiny shoots the gun, right? He kills that motherfucker. They're gonna seize the gun, okay, from Destiny. They're gonna take the gun from her, like, hey, give me that shit. You know, that when the FBI raids us, FBI, open up! And then next thing you know, we're gonna lose the gun, and then they're gonna do an e-trace on the gun. And when they do the e-trace on the gun, they're gonna trace it back to whoever the gun was originally purchased by. They're gonna go back and interview that person. Let's say it was bought back in 1995 by some guy named, I don't know, Custer James, okay? Custer James III in New York. They go to him, track his ass down. Hey, where did this gun go? Oh, well, it was stolen by me on this. It was stolen from me on this day. And then bam, now they're able to go ahead and go after you for having a stolen firearm. So this is pretty much how firearms are figured out to be stolen in the United States, guys, because they're all typically tracked through e-trace. All right. That's why when you purchase a firearm, that gun is going to be tracked to some degree, unless, you know, you do a private sale or whatever else like that. But let's say he sold it. He better have a bill of sale, baby. You know what I'm saying? When ATF goes to interview him, it's going to cover you. So if you're going to sell a gun privately, guys, always get a bill of sale. All right. A little bit of game for y'all right there.
Real quick, 3 Digletts. We did see your super chat for $100. FNF put him in a wheelchair. A, Myron read that earlier, just so you guys know.
We saw a Diglett. Shout out to you, my friend. Okay, so 9/24/2017, defense Sergio Kitchens and Jeffrey Williams, associates of YSL, did commit the felony offense of possession of methamphetamine with intent to distribute a controlled substance in violation of Georgia law. Now, I wish we knew how much it was, but it could have been a small amount. All right. Again, guys, it's because they're in a gang and they're in possession of the drugs and makes it much worse. Okay. If they weren't in a gang, this would be a throwaway charge, more than likely. Okay. Because they're not listing the weight here, which makes me very curious. Defendant Sergio Kitchens and Jeff Williams. Remember, guys, Sergio Kitchens is Gunna. All right, so this is Gunna. This is Young Thug. Did commit the felony offense of possession of hydrocodone with intent to distribute a controlled substance in violation of Georgia law. Okay, then we got defendant Sergio Kitchens and Jeff Williams, associates of YSL, did commit the felony offense of possession of marijuana with intent to distribute in violation of Georgia law. Okay, so they're throwing a book at these guys, and notice it's all on the same day. So they all got arrested the same day. Can you look this up, by the way, this arrest, Destiny, real quick for me? Mm-hmm. September 24th, 2017. All right. Then we got here, again, defense Sergio Kitchens, Jeff Williams, associates of YSL, did commit the felony offense of participation in a criminal street gang activity when, while associated with a criminal, oh shit, my bad. When, while associated with a criminal street gang, to wit, YSL, participate in criminal street activity through the commission of at least one of the offenses enumerated in paragraph 1 OCCGA, theft by receiving stolen property, possession of methamphetamine with intent to distribute, possession of hydrocodone with intent to distribute, possession of marijuana with intent to distribute. Guys, you just see what the fuck just happened there. So all those charges from before, okay, these charges here, even if they got thrown out, whatever it may be, they're coming back and hitting them with it under racketeering statutes, okay? Because they are members of YSL, okay, guys? There's a reason why 50 Cent runs around and says, I am not gang. The reason why he says that, guys, is because the police, law enforcement in general, okay, have more wiggle room to charge you and enhance certain charges simply by your association with being in a gang. Let me make this very clear. It's not illegal to be in a gang, but it is illegal to commit criminal activities while being in a gang. And on top of that, the criminal activities that you're getting charged with are going to be enhanced for being in said gang, okay? So let's use a Dragon Ball Z reference, all right? Let's say you are a regular Saiyan, all right? You're over here just robbing people and everything else like that. No big deal. You're just a regular street guy, all right? Then you decide, hey, I'm joining the Bloods. I'm joining YSL, baby. I'm wiping noses. I'm doing all this shit. Well, now
it's over 9,000.
And you pretty much, now you're going to go Super Saiyan, but not in the way that you want. You're going to basically become a Super Saiyan fucking criminal. And then the government is going to look at you like,
it's time to do.
And the next thing you know, bro, it's going to be an L.
You triggered my trap card.
Racketeering. Okay? So guys, do not join fucking gangs. All right? Don't do it. These are all, somewhat probably mediocre charges. But the fact that these guys are in a gang, they're able to lump it all together. Go ahead and hit them and say, yo, you guys are associates of YSL, participation in street gang activity. Bang. Done. They got you. You know what I'm saying? All right. Hopefully that keeps someone from being on the streets as part of a gang. You want to be a criminal by yourself, guys. All right. Defendants Antonio Sumlin and Jeffrey Williams. Where are we at here? Okay. Did appear in a video released on social media captioned "Original Slime Shit" showing Williams flashing YSL gang signs with lyrics stating "Murder gang shit, YSL until we're dead," and "Pale," an overt act of the furtherance of the conspiracy. So, guys, we tried to find this. We looked all over the place. Me and Destiny. I mean, well, it was tough, right? I mean, we couldn't find it anywhere.
No, nowhere. This was.
She spent like 30 minutes trying to find it.
I looked on Twitter. I looked on Instagram. I looked on Google.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised his team, YSL, like the management, whatever, they're probably getting rid of some stuff, which I don't blame, whatever, you got to do some damage control. So I get it. And that was on December 30th, 2017. How are we looking so far? Yo, are you guys enjoying this? Give me ones in the chat if you guys are enjoying this breakdown. All right. I know I'm being a little bit meticulous on this, but I really want y'all to understand. I want to be thorough on this thing. So, give you guys a little bit of education because this is something I really am passionate about. The only reason I left the government is because they didn't like my YouTube channel. So they kind of put me in a spot where I had to leave. But it was a great job. I had a lot of fun doing it, man.
And shout out to Doodle Bob. I know we've been seeing a lot of your chats. There's only 2 of us here, so if I miss one, I apologize. But we do see you in the chat. Appreciate it.
We got a lot of ones in the chat. They're enjoying this thing?
Yes.
Awesome. Cool. Yes. So, as you guys can see, the self-snitching is pretty bad here. But let's keep going. Now we got Defendant Jeffrey Williams, an associate of YSL, did appear in a video released on social media captioned "Anybody," with Williams stating, "I never killed anybody, but I got something to do with that body." All right, we got the song here for y'all. I'm gonna play it for you guys.
I never killed anybody, but I got something
Never killed anybody.
to do with that body.
I got something to do with that body. One more time for you guys, man, in case you missed that joint. Man, this dude, bro.
I never killed anybody, but I got something to do with that body.
All right, next one. I told them to shoot 100 rounds. Ready for war like I'm Russia. I get all types of cash. I'm a general. An overt act in furtherance of the conspiracy. So let's keep going here with anybody. 25.
We have a $50 chat.
Can you read it for me?
Sure. From Mojo World. So is it safe to say that the government has so much circumstantial evidence that they are using the RICO charge to round them all up? I mean, they could have locked up plenty of times, but nothing would have stuck.
The RICO is the glue to put everyone together. That's really what it is. Like, think of like, you got a s'more and you put like, cookies in it and, M&Ms or whatever. Think of like each of the charges as like a graham cracker here, an M&M here, a piece of chocolate here, maybe a gummy bear here, whatever. The marshmallow is the RICO that keeps it all together stuck. All right. And that RICO is based on the foundation of what? YSL. That's why I made sure to read to you guys the beginning of the indictment where they were referring to YSL as the enterprise. Okay. So, and here's the scary part. Georgia, you don't even necessarily need to prove like it doesn't even have to need to be like an enterprise long term. So, for the feds, it does. But that's what, it brings everything together in a package.
Real quick, excuse me. We have a $100 super chat from Takizo Kensai.
Hey.
That anime reference example was fire. It deserves a Don DeMarco. Goddamn, we up, baby. 10K. Let's fucking go.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that greatly. And I know a bunch of people probably like, man, this nigga a nerd, bro. I'm out. All right, that's cool, man. It's all about entertainment value. I watched anime growing up, bro. What do you want me to do? I'm 32. So anyway, so here's the next lyric. I told him to shoot 100 rounds.
To shoot 100 rounds, like he's trying to.
And then the next one is going to be ready for war like I'm Russia, which is so fitting because this thing came out before the Ukraine-Russia war, which, by the way, if you guys want to know what's really going on in Russia, we did a whole video on that on our Fresh and Fit channel with Coach Red Pill, a.k.a. Gonzalo Lira. So go check that one out. It's called What's Really Going On in Ukraine. Ready for war like I'm Russia. And then the next one, I get all type of cash. I'm a general. Okay. And I'm going to tell you guys why that's significant here in a second. Because when you say stuff like that, the government's going to be like, oh, really? Okay. Bam. So right there, guys, the state is going to use that to describe him as a high-ranking gang member. Okay. And that's what they're trying to paint Young Thug as is basically the financier / the leader of YSL, a criminal street gang under the umbrella of the Bloods, an international gang at this point. Of course, they're a national U.S. gang. Everyone knows who they are, but there's blood sets in different parts of the world as well. Okay. So that is why some of these lyrics are relevant. And then also it ties back to that murder we talked about with that, with Nut. Okay. Not to pause. That was his nickname, but you guys get what I'm saying. All right. So now we got May 18th, 2018. Sergio Kitchens and Jeff Williams, associates of YSL, were the subject of a traffic stop for speeding. Involved in the stop were two vehicles, one being driven by Williams and another vehicle closely following Williams, containing 4 individuals who were armed with numerous weapons with a high-capacity magazine to include an AK-47 with a 30-round magazine, an overt act in furtherance of the conspiracy. Which, hold on to that, guys, because we're going to talk about why that's relevant here soon, okay? with them driving around with the guns behind them. All right. And they also mentioned that another lyric, hey, you know, I'm in the Bentley with people behind me with the snipers. All right. If you guys remember, and I think it was a slime shit song, or was it ew? And then we got here, January 15, 2019, defendant Jeffrey Williams and associate YSL did appear in a video released on social media titled Bad Boy with lyrics stating, you better watch the way you breathe around me here for that breath be your last. Okay, so what are they talking about here, guys? Rest in peace to Juice WRLD. This is what they're talking about. I'm going to share the screen with y'all here in a second. We're going to play some of these things. Let's see here. Bam. And guys, check this out. You can see here, I don't know if that's Juice WRLD throwing up the rakes. I just so happened to like stop the video at that part when I was going through it earlier. And yeah, it just looked like that. It probably is. Because he makes a mention of smoking someone like a blunt, and then he throws up the rakes, it looks like, and is smoking a blunt. But anyway, let's go ahead. I hope I don't get hit with copyright here on this bad boy, but let's hey, who dares wins, right? As the SAS would say. So this song right here, Bad Boy, we're going to go start with 119 and 122. All right. And this is the first lyric here. And this was actually a very cool music video, the concept. Watch the way you breathe around me for that breath be your last, boy. Better watch the way you breathe around me before that breath be your last, boy. Which is interesting to me that they're using Juice WRLD's lyrics on this against Thug. But again, and the other thing too I want to say is Anybody, guys, was written by Nicki Minaj. So I don't know how the state's going to go ahead, you know, and we also might get into some First Amendment issues as well here. And for some of you guys that don't know, we got a lot of international viewers. The First Amendment is freedom of speech, freedom to dress how you want, freedom to express yourself how you want, etc. The issue is that when you express yourself the way that you want, or you speak about certain things, and the government's able to corroborate your statements to actual crimes, that's when your protections of the First Amendment pretty much diminish. Okay, so there might be something that we don't know about this lyric in particular that Juice WRLD is saying that the state may know. Because remember, the indictment, guys, it's kind of giving you an overall broad sense of what's being charged and why they're charging it. But we need to actually look at the goddamn police reports to know the intimate details of why they're using these specific lyrics, and are they able to tie it back to actual criminal activity. Let me make that very clear for you guys, okay? Please rewind that. What you guys got to understand here is that, right? So you guys can see the lyrics right here, right? You better watch the way you breathe around me before that breath be your last, boy. And Juice WRLD was the one that said that lyric, right? So you're probably wondering, well, why the fuck are they charging Young Thug, right, on lyrics that Juice WRLD is saying? And the thing is that does this infringe on the First Amendment? And the thing is with the First Amendment, guys, is like I said before, the First Amendment protects you unless the government's able to identify your speech is actually connected to criminal activity, because that's considered confessions and or comments of a party opponent, right? And when you are, you know, a defendant, well, you are a party to the case, just like the state is a party and you're a party, and you're saying it, right? It's basically, it's free use, right? They can use it against you if they're able to tie it back to some kind of criminal activity. And keep in mind, we don't necessarily know what the state knows, okay? They might have a situation where they're able to tie this specific lyric back to some criminal activity committed by Jeffrey Williams, aka Young Thug. We don't know because we don't have the police reports, we don't have the recordings, we don't have all the meetings that were done, etc. It's very obvious that they used electronic surveillance on this investigation. That's a fucking fact at this point. The fact that they're having, you know, they're able to say conversations were heard. Like, how are you hearing these conversations? You know, it's one of the ways that I named before, which we're going to go into more detail about that later on. But we're not going to really know the full picture, guys, until the prosecution hands discovery over to the defense, and then the defense attorneys are able to see how the hell they were able to gather this information, how the hell these lyrics are relevant, and does it actually infringe upon their First Amendment right? That's where the key is going to be. So we're going to need to look at the police reports. We need to look at the recording. We're going to need to look at surveillance footage, everything that was put into this case. They've been investigating this case. You guys seen it from like 2012. All right. So they're going to have mountains of evidence at this point.
I have to make a comment
Yeah, go ahead,
on
please.
one of these super chats. It's really funny. It says the one time he decided not to mumble rap, he self-snitches. You can't make this up. So actually what's really funny about that is while I was looking up these lyrics, you guys, like they have videos, you know, with the lyrics in them for his music videos, obviously. And some of the lyrics were wrong because they couldn't really even understand what the hell he was saying. So I thought that comment was pretty funny.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to go ahead to, so this is a part where Young Thug kind of says some crazy shit, man. All right. So let me pull up the indictment here. So the next one here, guys, you're going to see is, I think this is going to be it right here. I shot at his mommy. Now he no longer mentioned me. Okay. I shot at... Ah, man. God damn, bro. I shot at his mommy. Now he no longer mentioned me. All right. So now we're going to go to the next part. 146. And again, guys, I got to be very careful and play just very small portions of this bad boy.
I had all my jealous when I shot at the cunt.
He goes, I had on Margellas when I shot at the cunt. And then bam, look at that. Throwing up the I think he's throwing up the rakes there, guys, while smoking the blunt. All right. So yeah, so you go here. Act like you want war, they're gonna smoke you like a blunt. An overt act and furtherance of the conspiracy. What I think here, guys, is they're referring to YFN Lucci. YFN Lucci had his home shot in Atlanta. Okay, it's been shot up before, so he may be referring to that. Which, if that's the case, not a smart move, my friend. Not a smart move at all. But let's go back to it. So what's next here? Here, let me enlarge this thing real fast for y'all. Can everybody see that thing? Is that like big enough? There we go. All right. So next, we're halfway through, guys. Over halfway. Defendant Jeffrey Williams and associate YSL posted an image on social media tagging YFN Lucci, stating, YFN, if I like what you do for your mother and kids, I would have been killed you. An overt act and the furtherance of the conspiracy. Well, this is what we're talking about. Oh my God. Ah! And this was posted on, let's see here. This was on 8/08/2019. Guys, I don't know what. Here's the thing. If he was just someone you didn't like and nothing was going to happen to him, that's one thing. But for you to go on social media as with the audience that you have, knowing that there's a street beef, knowing that the police are looking at y'all, knowing that there's potentially something that could happen to him, even if you don't, let's say you don't even kill him. Let's say some other dude, like, you know, he gets involved in some other altercation, he gets killed at a bar. They're going to come talk to you anyway, because they're going to know, well, this dude is going to be a suspect just off the fact that they're ops, you know? So guys, man, if you got an issue with your opponent, don't go on social media and tell him, I would have been killed you. Guys, please don't fucking do that shit, man. All right. Next, let's keep going through this indictment. We got defendant Jeffrey Williams, an associate YSL, posted a video titled Just How It Is with lyrics stating, I escaped every one of them licks. All right, so let's have some fun. This is the music video that they're talking about here. All right, got it queued up for y'all. Hopefully I don't get hit with copyright, but we're going to play it by second. So we're going to start here with 158 first. This song is some pretty bad self-snitching. I'm not even going to lie to y'all. This made me say, what the fuck is going on? Okay. So let's read the lyric first. It goes, I escaped every one of the licks because I was supposed to be rich. I don't care nothing about no cop. I'm telling you just how it is.
Every one of the licks because I was supposed to be rich.
Okay, he beat adversity. That's what he's talking about. I beat all the adversity.
I don't care about no cop. I'm telling you just how it is.
I don't care about no cop. Just telling you how it is. Even at the potential of going to jail. All right. So next we're going to go with, let's see here. We're going to go at 247, guys. And you guys can go ahead and listen to these lyrics for yourself as well. Okay. So this one goes.
Last nigga tried me off.
Hold on. This one is last nigga tried me. Where are we at? Hit him with the Mac now. Last nigga tried me, almost got popped. And Lennox asked. Okay. So let's go back. Last nigga tried me, almost got popped, and Lennox asked the cops as a detective, they know all the business, asked the cops and the detectives all the jurisdictions. God damn, bro. Fuck. And it kills me too, because he's a talented artist. I've been listening to quite a bit of his music, preparing for this, and man, this is disappointing. So, all right, let's go ahead and play that again. So, 246, guys. You guys can hear it in its entirety.
Last nigga tried me, almost got popped in Lennox.
Popped in Lennox, he's referring to a street in Atlanta.
As the cops, as the detectives, they know all the business.
Of course they know the business. That's why you're in jail right now, my friend.
As the cops and the detectives, all the jurisdictions.
All the jurisdictions. Yep, definitely. You got Fulton County and Atlanta Police Department, man. Fuck. All right. So, and again, guys, I gotta stop and play it because of, fair use and copyright, all that other stuff. Next one. Gave the lawyer close to $2 million. He handles all the killings. We don't speak about shit on wax. It's all my business. We know to kill the biggest cats of all kittens. Fuck. We don't speak about shit on wax. Bro, this is talking about things on wax. All right, so we're going to go ahead to 258.
Gave the lawyer close to $2 million. He handled all the killings.
Okay, gave the lawyer close to $2 million. He handled all the killings.
I don't know and I don't want to know who fly.
Okay, so now we're going to go to. We're going to fast forward, guys, to 306. Okay. And thank you guys for being patient with me here.
We'll speak about shit on wax. It's all my business.
Throws a gang sign up, right? You guys can see that. Let's go back real quick. Hold on, 306.
We'll speak about shit on wax. It's all my business.
Bam. Okay.
We known to kill the biggest cats of all kittens.
Known the biggest, kill all the biggest cats of all kittens. We don't speak about shit on wax. It's all my business. We know to kill the biggest cats of all kittens. God fucking damn. Probably, I would say that one is one of the worst of the self-snitching right there. All right. Defendants Marcavius, Huey, and Jeffrey Williams, associates of YSL, did engage in a conversation where Williams and Huey were discussing the vehicle theft, and Williams directs Huey to tell another, if he don't take it back, he gonna die. An overt act and furtherance of the conspiracy. So this right here also has me very suspicious. And I want you guys to notice here that now, right, going into 2020, we had one recorded conversation in 2015, I believe. But now going into 2020, okay, you're going to see more of these conversations, which has me extremely suspicious. All right. So before, actually, let's break this down a little bit here. Actually, no, we got more song lyrics to break down. Any chats we need to read, Destiny?
No, they're all under 50.
Okay, cool. And they're being all shown on screen, guys. So thank you so much for that. And shout out to Destiny, by the way, helping it out. All right. So the next one, actually, Destiny helped me with this one. This is going to be mob ties. Okay. Or no, hold on. Excuse me. Next one is take it to trial. You can't make this shit up. Defendants, DeMonte Kendrick, Sergio Kitchens, this is Gunna, by the way, and Jeffrey Williams, associates of YSL, appeared in a video released on social media titled Take It to Trial, with lyrics stating, take this shit to motherfucking trial. So let's go ahead. This one's it, right, Destiny?
Yes.
Okay. Shout out to her. She helped me with this. So we're going to go ahead to take it to trial here, guys. We're going to start with 31. What was your thoughts when you were breaking this one down?
It was just ridiculous. Like, hold on, what's the next one? Let me see this really quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
The line that he said, the Bentleys and Aston Martin line. We'll get there in like a couple seconds.
Okay.
After you'll see.
All
It
right.
was just wild. I couldn't believe that he would say this in a song to the public. Like, I don't know.
All right, let's do it right now. So we got the first one
It's
here,
incriminating.
which is take this shit to the motherfucking trial. All right.
Get the motherfucking trial.
All right. Now next we're gonna go 116 to 118. And again, guys, we got to be careful here because of copyright. I wish I could play it all through for y'all. So let's see here. We're here at I done beat it twice. State, Fed, I'm undefeated. Like feds came and snatched me. I don't know. No point asking. I was on Blevland, right? Which we talked about that, guys. Cleveland Street, where they started the gang.
Oh, they
but
have to use the B instead
Blevland,
of the
yep.
C. Okay.
Stuck like a magnet. Bitch ass nigga, I shoot at your mommy. Need to stand down. I up my stamina. Take it to trial, get an appeal. Take it to trial. Yeah, you gonna whack them. All right. So, oh yeah, this is a long one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna have to freeze it after every bar, guys. So bear with me here.
I'm undefeated like Fed came and stacked. I don't know.
I don't know. No point in asking.
No point in asking.
I was on Blevland, stuck like a magnet.
Bleeding, stuck like a magnet, bitch.
Bitch ass nigga, I shoot at your mammy.
Nigga, I shoot at your mammy.
Need to stand down if you can stand me. If you can't stand me,
Sit down if you can't stand me.
I don't turn down. I up my stamina.
Sit down, I up my stamina. Take it
Oh man, take it to trial.
to trial, get an appeal.
So if he loses, I'm gonna take it to trial anyway and get an appeal.
Take it to trial, yeah, you go whack 'em. No back and forth.
Yeah, you gonna whack him. Now I see why you were laughing, because you were laughing before. I was like, why is she laughing? Now it makes sense. This is some crazy shit.
We don't turn wrestle. Pay for the casket, that's just if we whack 'em.
Pay for the casket. That's just if we whack him, bro. Holy, what the fuck? All right. What else do we got here? I think we got to go to 140, 142, right? Yeah, 140, 142.
My young niggas pulling up Bentleys, Aston Martins, Robbers and Teslas.
Where we at here? Yeah. My young niggas pulling up Bentleys, Ashtons, Martins, Raris, and Teslas, strapped with an
F&N, choppers, carbons, and know some steppers. I was dying. I'm like, what?
So now it's brought to our attention, guys. F&N is a gun. It's slang in Atlanta for a gun. So F&N, choppers, carbons, know some steppers.
With an FN, choppers, carbons, know some steppers.
God damn.
No, but he basically just said he's pulling up in whatever vehicle strap. And
Yeah,
I was just
and
sitting
that was
here like,
and they got arrested. Remember,
Right.
They got arrested with all those guys in the back with the AK-47s and shit, man. So
and then they went to his house. Period.
So now we see how they're using the lyrics back against them. Guys, like I said, there's probably things behind these lyrics that we don't necessarily know that the police know, which is why they're using as evidence. All right. So we got 201 to 203. YSL Slimy and Shady, right? Which is right here. Where are we at? YSL Slimy and Shady. Watch me whack that bitch. pop them like assist, Glock with the assist.
That's what I was cracking up. I'm like, assist, ew. Ew.
All right, let's go to 220 here.
Gross.
Guys, do me a quick favor, man. Nobody has the balls to play the actual song. So guys, do me a favor, man. Please like the video. All right, so this video can at least get pushed in the algorithm so more people can learn. Because real talk, I know we're having fun, you know what I'm saying, enjoying it. You guys getting some entertainment value. But bro, this might get pushed out to an artist that might say, damn, I need to change my shit. I need to move around different. Like, you know, and this might keep someone off the streets or keep them out of jail, man, or dead. So real talk, man, because a lot of people don't know this stuff. So the lyric here that I think we're going to break down is, watch me whack that bitch, pop him like assist, block Glock with the assist. Oh, it's 220. I don't know why. Maybe 219. Okay. Okay, whatever. You guys got the idea. All right, so next is going to be, we're going to pull this indictment back up.
Oh, the chat's correcting us. F&N is a gun manufacturer, apparently.
Okay.
All right. Clarify.
Okay. So next we got defendants Winnie Lee, Trontavia Steffens, and Jeff Williams, associates of YSL, didn't engage in a conversation. Williams states, YSL ruled the world, kid. 24M on a nigga head. Y'all start bringing me the money. Man, y'all niggas stop playing with me and overt act in furtherance of the conspiracy. So guys, again, now we see that there's still conversations going on that the police are intercepting. Okay? So let me break this down for y'all real quick. All right. As I get my sip of water real fast. Destiny, you got want to tell anything for the people before I go on this little rant here?
Just be sure to follow me at Alien Bunny 2 underscores on Instagram. And don't forget my Twitch is Manifest Dust with an underscore. Y'all can catch some exclusive behind the scenes, FNF, and some other stuff. So
cool. All right. So
no super chats.
Okay, awesome. So guys, when it comes, so there's something called electronic surveillance, okay? And I know this because I used to do this myself all the time. So let's break down what a cooperating defendant is versus an informant versus everything else like that, all right? So first you got a cooperating witness, right? Or a cooperating defendant. And this person basically is, you basically can charge him, all right? And he's cooperating to either minimize his charges or not be charged, all right? That's a cooperating defendant. Next, you have a confidential informant. A confidential informant, guys, is someone who basically is being paid. He's documented with a law enforcement agency of some kind, whether they have a code name, they got a number name, whatever it is. Every agency documents them differently, but they're on paper. They're on the books as an official informant. And these guys are basically, going in, wearing a wire, introducing undercovers, whatever else like that. These guys are actually on the payroll. A lot of them are professionals, okay? They're typically middlemen that facilitate some type of criminal activity to allow law enforcement to make, how do I say this? To enter into the criminal organization, all right? Then you got basically undercovers, all right? And an undercover, guys, is a law enforcement officer, all right, who carries a badge, a gun, everything else like that. He's sworn in everything. He's a sworn officer, but he gets into the organization as an undercover, and he's able to commit criminal activities, in furtherance of, the investigation. All right. So these are the main types of people that infiltrate criminal organizations. So you got your cooperators, whether it's a cooperating witness or a cooperating defendant, okay? And sometimes a cooperating witness isn't necessarily a criminal. Sometimes it's just a good Samaritan that wants to help the police, okay? So, or a source of information, all right? Someone that just calls in and says, hey, I got this information or whatever. So that could be like someone that calls into Crime Stoppers, whatever. But whether you want to call them a cooperating witness, a source of information, or cooperator, or whatever else, that's one side. Then you got the cooperating defendant where he's either facing charges or he's going to be charged if he doesn't cooperate. All right. And then you got the confidential informant who's typically on the payroll to some degree. He's a documented informant. Okay. Sometimes they're career informants. A lot of informants make quite a bit of money if they're very good. And then you have your undercover officer and or agent. Okay. So that's the different tiers. All right. Now, when it comes to electronic surveillance, all right, electronic surveillance, guys, is typically when someone's wearing a bug or a recording device or whatever else like that. And that's considered a consensually monitored electronic communication. All right, whether it's a recorded phone call, it's a meeting and someone's wearing a bug, whatever else like that. These are because one of the parties is consenting. Okay, so since one of the parties is consenting because they're cooperating with the government, they're able to gather this electronic evidence legally. All right, now when there is no consenting party, right, which is typically the government, whether it's an informant, a cooperating witness, an undercover agent, whatever else, these are all considered agents of the government, by the way. Okay, when there isn't one of these people, you need something called a Title III or court authorized intercepts, also known as wiretaps. All right, and to do wiretaps, it's extremely difficult. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I've done a wiretap myself. Most federal agents have never done a wiretap in their fucking life. And what I mean by doing a wiretap, I mean as in I was the actual affiant. I wrote the affidavit. I swore to the affidavit. I've done Title IIIs, okay? And I will tell you guys, they are not easy at all. Now, you have federal Title III, then you have state court-authorized wiretaps. Now, to get court-authorized wiretaps from the state is a bit easier than doing it federally. However, it's still difficult because you're going to need to be able to demonstrate that the device that you're going to tap is used for criminal activity. So let's go in. Do you guys want me to give you a scenario on this? Give me a 1 if you guys want me to give you a scenario on this to explain it, or 2 if you guys want me to keep going through the indictment. Let me know. Give me 1 if you guys want me to keep going to give you a scenario of how this works, or 2 if you guys want me to keep going through the indictment. Y'all tell me. I always let the people decide.
We're waiting. 1 or 2 in the chat. Ones. We got a lot of ones.
Ones?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. You guys really love this shit.
And apparently Gunna was on Crime Stoppers. I did not know that.
He was.
Okay.
He was.
Interesting.
Yeah, I saw that clip as well. So I don't know.
Mostly ones.
I saw the clip. Okay, so mostly ones. All right. So let's give another scenario so you guys can learn. All right. So let's say, all right, I'm going to use the example of drug trafficking. This is the easiest way to break it down. So let's say Destiny runs a drug trafficking organization where they peddle, I don't know, fucking makeup, right? They peddle cocaine through makeup, all right? And they sell it and they distribute it. They import it through China, right? It comes in from China in makeup pallets, and she's the head honcho, all right? And she got a couple runners underneath her that, take the drugs, go ahead, distribute it, put it in makeup stores or whatever else, and people are getting the makeup, whatever. So I am the investigator, right? So I go ahead and I know someone that works underneath her, but he's kind of just like a lower level guy, all right? But he's associated to her because let's say he's friends with one of her friends, okay? And what he's able to do is he has her phone number. So he calls her, all right? And he's like, and he's able to, build rapport. Then he comes to me, the investigator says, hey, bro, listen, there's this chick. She's a crook. She's out here distributing cocaine through makeup. All right. And I'm like, cool. Do you have her contact information? Yes, I do. I have her phone number and I can actually call her. Really? Okay. Call her right now. Let's record the phone call. So he calls her and says, yo, I know I don't do coke, but I got a buyer. This dude wants, you never want to say a fucking kilo. You need to start small and work your way up. I need a couple grams, all right, of drugs. Cool. I'll hook you up with one of my people. I got you. She'll be like, all right, yeah, I got you. She's going to be brief on the phone. All right, I got you, motherfucker. All right, but done. Click, right? So next day, someone shows up, brings the guy, her friend, right, some of the drugs. We identify that guy, and then we get his phone number, okay? So now we have 2 people identified in the conspiracy, right? So he calls him as well. He calls him, and now we have his phone number, her phone number, and he calls him and he says, hey, and here's the thing. We've established now that he used that phone number to coordinate the drug trafficking event. And we also know that Destiny used her phone number to coordinate the drug trafficking event. So we have 2 phone numbers identified now that we know are used in criminal activity. Bang. Now we can start writing an affidavit and demonstrate that these 2 telephones are involved in criminal activity. And then that's the general sense. It gets a lot more detailed than that, but you need to establish that the phone is used for criminal activity, and then you can start preparing a affidavit to swear to in front of a judge to get court authorized intercepts of the phone. Okay. Now, bugging a place is also considered a Title III, and that is, requires a little bit more work as well. You need to establish that that vicinity, right, is being used for criminal activity. That's how they got John Gotti. They bugged his place up because they had an informant that was going in there, and she was privy and heard the conversations. They were talking about racketeering. They were talking about running the mafia, whatever else like that. So she goes to the FBI. Hey, I know that they're using this room to talk about certain shit. So what do? The FBI sends her in there. She's wearing a wire. She's able to hear all the shit. So FBI is able to use that as a probable cause. We need to bug this place because we know from this cooperator that we're able to hear all this criminal activity. Bang. Next thing you know, when John Gotti's not there, the FBI sends in their team surreptitiously. They bug the fucking place up. It's a Title III. Bang. They're able to listen in on everything, and they have monitors listening in to everything going on. That right there, guys, is how a wiretap in general begins. You ain't got nothing like this anywhere else, guys. What's up?
It was Dateline, not Crime Stoppers. Let me clarify with the Gunna thing. They're very upset with me in the chat. So
are they? Okay.
Let
All
me
right.
clarify, Jesus.
Yeah, she made a mistake, guys. I got you. Don't worry.
Stupid.
So, yeah, I forget what it was. It was Dateline or something like that. I didn't watch the full interview, but I heard about it because everyone was like trying to say, "Oh, Gunna snitch," whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't give a man. But yeah, you guys, listen. I'm a former Fed. I don't care if they're a snitch. I like the music, bro. I don't give a fuck. So did you guys enjoy that? Give me 1 in the chat if that made sense and you guys enjoyed that little breakdown there. Give me a 2 if it was trash. Keep it real. If it was trash, I'll take the L. How are we looking?
Waiting. We got ones. We got ones in the chat. We got more ones.
All right, ones. All right, cool. Y'all like it. All right, cool. They're like, yo, you don't know our culture. Yes, she does. She doesn't, guys. She a white girl. So anyway.
Wow. Thanks. I grew up in the hood. Y'all don't know.
Okay, so the next thing we're gonna go. So let's pull up this indictment again. So that is what has me concerned, guys. Here. So they probably either did a consensually monitored conversation, right, where someone was snitching that was privy to this conversation, or it could have been a Title III where they wiretapped the phone, or this conversation could have even been done on like Instagram or Telegram or something like that, where they were able to do a search warrant or be able to intercept this conversation. Okay, and the government knows, the state here knows what they're doing by saying they engage in a conversation. They're not going to say what kind of conversation for obvious reasons, because they're gonna basically blow their cover with they're gonna burn their informant. All right, because I guarantee you someone's involved. Okay, all right, so cool. So next, where Jeff Williams and Associate YSL appeared in a song released by media titled "Really Be Slime," with lyrics stating, "My nigga, really they slime, and we command them crimes." All right, we got right here, guys. We really that slime, and they committing them crimes. Next is gonna be hop out and shoot, rolling up for the gang. Oh my God, these guys, man. So that's gonna be at 28:29. Let's fast forward this bad boy, bam. How about a shoot, baby? And then we got 45.
Rolling up for the gang.
Rolling up for the gang, which is a referral to someone getting killed. Okay, rolling up for the gang right here. And then hop out and shoot. Next is going to be 103, 104.
You want to be slime, go catch you a body. They read it.
Want to be slime, go catch you a body. You want to be slime, go catch you a body. And then we got 206 to 210. And again, guys, I'm playing this like this because, you know, copyright.
One to the four, me and little bro, we was still on the stove. We had to stick it and go.
Bam, me and little bro, we used to steal from the stove. We had to stick it and go, an overt act and furtherance of the conspiracy. This is YNW Melly and BS Slime involved in this as well. And you guys can see here, you know, here's Gunna and Young Thug and a couple other people here. And guys, the thing you got to understand, YNW Melly, don't even get me. I did a whole breakdown on YNW Melly, guys. I know you guys probably are wondering, hey, what's going to happen with that case? I might go and watch some of the trial if I get some time, but guys, it's not looking too good for him. I predict he's going to get found guilty. I broke down the YNW Melly case. You guys don't believe me? Go ahead and check it out. It was one of the first videos I broke down. It has a bunch of views, but go check it out. All right, next we got, let's see here. Next piece. Defendants Martinez, Arnaldo, Sergio Kitchens, and Jeff Williams, associates of YSL, appeared in a music release on social media titled Ski, with lyrics stating, I fuck with slats and we come to eat rats, and I came with some fucking piranhas. I told an FN on me, call Nietzsche, it's a Glock he keep. Duke rolling 60s, he locked in C's, and overt act and further into the conspiracy. So this part right here, guys, Duke rolling 60s, he locked in C's, right? They're referring to this right here pretty much. Bam. You got some guys there throwing gang signs up. They're throwing up the C's, right? And I know you guys were wondering, well, hold on, wait, what the fuck, Myron? Aren't Bloods and Crips like enemies? Yes, they are in general. However, there's certain sets that get along with each other, guys. There's Bloods that hate other Bloods that are warring with each other, like YFN Lucci and his gang. They're basically fighting with YSL, and they're both Bloods, blood gangs. But there are alliances between certain sets of Crips and Bloods, okay? This is very common in New York City, for example. You got the Wu. The Wu, right? You got people in there like Pop Smoke, etc., right, who are Crip. But then you got other people in there like Sosa Geek, who's Blood. And they all rock with each other. They're all friends. And they align, right, to fight off the Chos or the Blicky gang, or the Chos and the Blicky gang, all right, aka Coach the Ghost and 22Gs and all them. So there are situations where Crips are cool with Bloods. It's not always like, oh, red, blue, we got to fight. No, it's not always like that. All right. So we got Ski here. Are these the lyrics for Ski? Or which one? Oh, now this one I think is one of Young Thug's biggest songs, actually.
No, it's on your paper on the back.
On the back.
This one.
Oh, this one? Oh, okay. So we got Ski here, guys. All right, so we're going to start at 114, 116. I think this first lyric is going to be, let's see here. So this first one, 114. Okay. I fuck with slats and we come to eat rats, and I came with some fucking piranhas. Okay, I came with some, basically some Bloods, right? And we come to eat not rat, I think it means eat rats. And we came to eat some fucking piranhas. And again, what do snakes do, guys? They eat rats, right? Snakes commonly eat rats. Anyone that has a python or anything else like that, you feed them mice. Okay. So 133, 135. This is the second lyric here, which I believe is
Yeah, that's that whole line there. That whole
oh, is this next one right here? Okay, I told an FN. Okay.
I told the FN on me.
This is Gunna now. I told the FN on me.
I need she needs just a Glock kiki.
Just a Glock kiki. We rolling 60. The Crips rolling 60 Crips.
Me rolling that coupe with a bucket.
Right.
So that Glocky key, actually, the lyrics are wrong. It's Glock he keep.
Oh, Glock he keep.
It's
Okay.
actually in the actual indictment in the words. That's why I was saying the lyrics were wrong.
Okay,
'cause
gotcha.
You can't really understand him in some of his lyrics.
It's a Glock he keep. There you go.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I was trying to explain to you earlier.
Duke rolling 60s, the locked in C's.
Mm-hmm.
And this is, look, if you guys look here. Yeah, fuck it. We'll go back. All right. And now we got one. Oh, I think we're good. All right, we're caught up on this one. All right, so Ski. So those are the lyrics in Ski that they used. And then they hit a screenshot, which I think the screenshot was what I showed you guys with them throwing up C's. All right. This is fucking terrible. Can't even see. All right, so next we got here. Defendants Martinez, Arnold, Miles Farley, Quantavious Grier, Wooney Lee, Trontavious Steffens, Antonio Sumlin, and Jeffrey Williams, associates with YSL, did engage in a conversation where Williams asked y'all ain't beat him up yet or shot him yet, then states y'all niggas getting soft and overt act in furtherance of the conspiracy. I wonder who he's talking about.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
He's talking about Lucci, guys. All right, we're going to confirm that here in a second. Defendants Marquavius Huey, oh my God, these names are fucking tough. Tenquarius Mender and Jeffrey Williams, associates of YSL, conducted a recorded video call while Tenquarius Mender was an inmate at the Fulton County Jail. Said video call being recorded in the normal course of business, and during said call, Mender stated he needed something. Williams pointed to Huey to take care of it and flashed Mender a YSL gang sign and overt act and further it's a conspiracy. Bro, I don't fucking... Guys, they did a recorded video call while Tenquarius Mender was an inmate at Fulton County Jail. Said video call being recorded in the normal course of business hours. So they basically told them, yo, this thing is being recorded, okay? And during the said call, Mender stated he needed something. Hey, yo, bro, I need something. And Williams pointed to Huey, right, the other guy, to take care of it and flash Mender a YSL sign and overt act and furtherance of the conspiracy. God fucking damn, bro. Defendants Marquavius Huey and Jeffrey Williams, associates of YSL, did post for a photo released on social media captioned "From lockdown to a jet slat biz," an overt act and furtherance of the conspiracy. So we weren't able to find this one, guys. We looked all over for it. We couldn't find it. If anyone in the chat can pull this one up, okay, please let me know and we'll show it on screen. All right, mods, if you guys can pull this one up. But yeah, basically, they post for a photo on social media captioned "From lockdown to a jet slap biz," an overt act and furtherance of the conspiracy. And the reason why they guys did this, guys, was I think it was a reference to snakes on a plane, which again is a reference to the Bloods, which we discussed earlier in the show with at the top of the indictment where we defined YSL and everything else like that. So next we got here, defendants this was on November 14, 2021. Marquavius Huey and Jeffrey Williams, associate YSL, were communicating when Huey stated, you know, I'm ready to handle the business and go sit down if I got to about any one of y'all on my mama and overact and further the conspiracy. So let's break this down. He goes, you know, I'm ready to handle the business, aka he's willing to commit acts of violence, you know, in furtherance of the gang, all right, and go sit down if I got to, which means he'll go do his time in jail, all right? And then for anyone of y'all, right? So he'll basically go and do the time in jail for any of y'all. And then he says, on my mama, which basically means on my mom. I swear, on my mom. Okay? So translate this to English. He goes, I will commit acts of violence on the behalf of the organization and go to prison if need be for any one of you guys. And I risk the life of my mother. That is how honest I am being. Okay? There's the English translation for y'all. Hope you guys, you know? So, yes. And the thing that scares me here is it says they were communicating when Huey stated. So, again, guys, this is very fishy here. Was this on a Title III intercept? Was this on a consensually monitored phone call? Was this through search warrants, whether they searched on their Instagram or Telegram or Facebook Messenger, whatever else? The government is being extremely ambiguous about how they were communicating. I want to know how the hell they were communicating. All right. I don't want to say it was wiretaps yet, but it could be any of those things that I mentioned to you guys before. So next we got defendant Jeffrey Williams, an associate YSL, did post for a photo release on social media wearing a YSL pendant with his index finger wiping under his nose and overact in furtherance of the conspiracy. I got y'all right now with this photo. This is what they're referring to. Bam. December 31st, 2021. Here you go. Wiping the nose, right? Which also, guys, wiping your nose is also a slang term used in other places. Well, hey, we'll wipe his nose, which means he's going to get shot, killed, attacked, robbed, whatever else. It's typically wiping your nose is a term to define committing an act of violence against opposition.
You said it's correlating to like the throat slit.
Exactly. It's similar to the throat slit. Exactly is what it is. Yeah. So in their case, it has a double meaning. It's committing acts of violence, wipe someone's nose, and also because remember, they're slimy. So that's what it means. So let's go back to the indictment now. Defendant Jeffrey Williams and associate YSL did appear in a video released on social media flashing a Bloods gang sign and overt act in furtherance of the conspiracy. I tried to find this as well, guys. I could not find it, man. I think his team might have got rid of this one. So, and I'm looking here at the mod gang if anyone sent me this picture. But if anyone gets it, put it in the chat for us, guys. Let Destiny know. Okay, if anyone has it. And then next here we got defendant Jeffrey Williams, an associate of YSL, did post for a photo release on social media wearing a YSL pendant, a bracelet with the word slime, and with a red letter B tattoo on his chest, and overact in furtherance of the conspiracy. So what are they talking about, guys? They're talking about this right here. So here he is. You can see the B on his chest, right? February 12th. Okay, here he is. It's bright, but it says YSL. We're gonna keep going here. Here he is posing. You can see here clearly YSL. Professional photos too. He had a photographer take professional photos that could hurt him. Goddamn. And then also you can see right here, slime. Okay, the bracelet, which goes back to the indictment here. Letter B on his chest and a social media wearing a YSL pendant, a bracelet with the word slime, and with a red letter B tattoo on his chest. So let's go back here one more time. So boom, B on the chest, YSL chain. You can see it here better. You can see a little part of it here where it says slime. And then bang, you can see slime. And then here's a better shot of it. Slime. S-L-I-M-E. And then there you go.
And another thing with the wipe my nose thing, a lot of people in the chat are saying it's correlating to using some kind of drug, which it could be. But however, we actually looked up, the details of this gang and their symbolism.
Yeah.
And that's actually what it means.
Gotcha. Okay. So let's go back to the indictment now. So we're almost done here, guys. Okay, defendants Christian Eppinger and Antonio Sumlin, associates of YSL, did commit the felony offense of conspiracy to commit murder by discussing how to obtain the permission of Slime, aka Jeffrey Williams, to make a second attempt to murder Rayshawn Bennett, aka YFN Lucci, while Rayshawn Bennett was incarcerated at the Fulton County Jail. Said first attempt to murder Rayshawn Bennett being alleged in Act 144 of this count in violation of Georgia law. So this right here, guys, is probably the most dangerous one, right? This, along with the rented vehicle, these are some charges here that could really fuck him up. And let's go ahead and play this right here. Again, shout out to Hip Hop Daily, fair use.
Bars. In February 2022, he claimed someone stabbed him from behind and there was a bounty on his head. Then TMZ released a report of a fight between him and another inmate who both had sharp objects.
And he tried to get bond after this, guys, and it did not give it to him.
Allegedly, Lucci yelled, "I feel like killing this" during the fight, and was later treated for a cut on his head. It ain't clear if it's a targeted hit on Lucci or just a random fight. But prosecutors in the YSL case are claiming they was behind the stabbing attempt. According to authorities, Big Briz and a YSL affiliate named Antonio Sumlin asked Thug for.
So I think this is Antonio Sumlin right here, guys.
Permission to take Lucci out behind bars. It might not have been anyone associated with YSL who actually attacked Lucci, but the police have evidence that they was at least planning the hit.
As you guys, yeah, and again, I want to see how the hell they know, like how they got this conversation. This right here is very worrying for me. Like, if you're a fan of Young Thug, this right here is very concerning because even though they didn't kill him, conspiracy to commit murder, guys, has no statute of limitations, and you can get 20 years for that, if potentially even more enhancements.
After Thug was arrested, rumors started going around that it had something to do with the death of Lakeivia Jackson, the mother of one of Thug's sons.
Look, red hair extensions here.
She was shot and killed at an Atlanta bowling alley back in March after allegedly getting into a fight with another group of people. The Atlanta DA, Fannie Willis, addressed the rumors.
That's the same DA prosecuting this thing, and she's been going hard in the paint against these guys.
And said she don't believe there's any connection between Thug's alleged gang activity and Jackson's death. Willis did say that she believes gang activity is...
All right. So that kind of gives you guys a background as far as like... and Christian Eppinger, yeah, he's the one that said the lyrics from before that fucked himself up. But... and he also shot at a cop and he got charged again. So yeah, YFN Lucci guys and him, they've been having issues for a long time. Matter of fact, and you know what? Hold on, let me go here. I got y'all. Some of you guys might have a little bit more curiosity as far as this YFN Lucci and YSL beef.
Someone had asked if Playboy Cardi is involved. I haven't heard anything about this.
Gang, which is a branch off of the Inglewood family Bloods from Los Angeles. He the street, and things played out in the streets too. In an interview in January 2015 of Zone 3. In 2014, leading the rumors.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead. Oh, and then we'll talk about Wayne, Little Wayne here too in a second. But this gives a little bit of a background as to the issues between Lucci and Young Thug.
That he might sign with Cash Money. Then in 2014, he dropped the track Stoner, which became his breakout hit. On the song, he even shouts out his old crew, dropping the bar, "Hear my song, wait from YTC, ROB, SMM. Now we YSL Venom." YTC stands for Young Thugs in Charge, and ROB stands for Raised on Cleveland, what the Bloods call Cleveland Ave, where Thug grew up, and SMM stands for Sex, Money, Murder, which is an East Coast gang.
Yeah, which they're very big in New York City, guys. Sex, Money, Murder.
So basically, he's talking about how he ranked up through other Atlanta gangs to make his own collective. But while Thug was blowing up in the industry, another rapper from Zone 3 was also gaining the buzz. YFN Lucci is a rapper who grew up in the Summerhill hood of Zone 3, not far from the Jonesboro projects where Thug grew up. Lucci went to Southside High School and played football. But after practice, he said he and his friends used to be in the streets trying to make money.
So Lucci claims that he's not actually a Blood. He's been saying this a lot. So I just want to let y'all know that as well.
Lucci's from
and also fair use.
Blood set called ABG, or Atlanta Blood Gang, which is a branch off of the Inglewood family Bloods from Los Angeles. He, his brother, and their close homies will form their own clique called YFN, which stands for Young Fly. Just like YSL, Lucci denies that YFN is a gang and says that it's just a music group and record label.
And that's exactly what YSL does. They, you know, and this is common between the artists. They'll always say, "Yo, we're not a gang. We're just a music group." But guys, as soon as you start putting bandanas in and you guys are committing acts of violence, that shit all goes out the window, man.
But police look at it differently and say it's an influential set of the Bloods that Lucci controls. Lucci's brother, YFNK, was the one who encouraged him to start rapping, along with his best friend's older brother, Big Nut. Big Nut was a respected dude in Atlanta.
That was his homeboy, guys, and this is what really set the war off.
Who also had ties to Young Thug and the ROC crew. He heard Lucci's music and believed in his talent, so he started plugging him in with people in the industry who could help his career, including his current manager, Fly. Fly also managed Rich Homie Quan, who was featured on the track Exactly How It Was from Lucci's first mixtape, Wish Me Well. At that time, Rich Homie Quan and Thug were still close because of Rich.
And both these guys are still in jail right now. Lucci and Thug are in jail together at Fulton County Jail, guys.
Gang, but there wasn't any beef between YSL and YNF. But as Thug was reaching the top of the rap game and YFN Lucci was building a buzz for himself, a crucial event will cause a big split in the city of Atlanta. In January 2015, Big Nut was killed in a drive-by at a barbershop on McDaniel Street in the Castleberry Hill neighborhood of Southwest Atlanta. Nut was standing outside the barbershop when a car drove by and someone fired an automatic weapon. Another dude in his 20s and a 14-year-old boy also got shot in the leg.
And I think that was his brother.
But survived. Even though police ain't have a clear motive, they said the shooting was gang-related. Big Nut was a major figure in Atlanta, and his death was a loss to the city. Besides being close to YFN Lucci, he was loved and respected throughout Atlanta's hip-hop scene. It's not clear who killed Big Nut since his murder was never solved, but there's rumors that the YSL crew had something to do with it. Even though no one was ever caught.
They think Tick, and a couple of the other guys that we mentioned before were involved.
Atlanta police said Big Nut's death sparked as many as 37 other crimes, including 4 murders. So not only were the streets of Atlanta hot because of his death, it also led to a major split in the local rap scene. Lucci often talks about how much Big Nut helped his career and was a genuine friend to him. Rappers from Atlanta were forced to pick sides between YSL and YFN.
And there's a bit, obviously, so it's going to be a big split, you know, because there's someone influential died, that's part of the camps.
Many past collaborators turning away from Thug, like Rich Homie Quan and Bloody J. But the beef wasn't held to just the industry, and things played out in the streets too. In an interview with Karen Civil, Lucci said that his childhood home got shot up multiple times.
Remember how Thug was talking about shot at his mama and now he don't mention me no more?
Including once where his mother and her friend got caught in the crossfire.
Bam.
He don't reveal.
See? I'm telling y'all, man, there's a reason why they're using those particular lyrics. There's stuff behind the scenes that we might not necessarily know.
Who shot up his house, but based on the timeline, Many think it was the work of YSL. This just tightened the tension between both sides, and not long after, YFN Lucci and Thug got into a public war on social media. In February 2016, YFN took shots at Thug by going after those closest to him. First, he went at Thug's fiance, Jerica Carlay, implying that they slept together in the past. He tweeted, "I know you miss laying on that sofa with me, girl. #RICO." Even though he ain't mentioned her by name, fans knew who he was talking about. He followed that up by tweeting, "I got your
hoe on a leash." Oh, man.
On a leash, and fly took a rich. Can't do nothing but respect him. But he ain't stopped there and continued going, saying he had text messages that proved he and Jerica have been involved.
I don't know if this is true, guys.
She tweeted, "He gonna cry when he see these messages." Following up with, "Go follow my Instagram right now, send me 100K followers, and I'm uploading them. Let's go."
Talk about growth strategy.
Lucci must have gotten the clout he was chasing, because he ended up posting the supposed messages, and it looks like it is between two people who are about to hook up, but there's no telling if the other number is really Thug's fiance. It shows Lucci asking the girl where she is, and she responds saying 8 minutes away. They send each other love and kissing emojis back and forth, and Lucci even tells her, "About to jump in the shower. What you doing? And you should have gotten in with me." Lucci continued trolling by adding Jerica and tweeting, "Miss you, bae." Then,
goddamn.
And he turned his attention to Thug, tweeting a bunch of L's, and by the way, nobody wants your punk ass because baby boy inside her.
See, and this is why they were going back and forth where he's saying, "I should have killed you," and all this other shit.
Thug wasn't entertained by the trolling and tweeted back, "Shout out Solo Lucci, Young King." Then followed up with, "You just trying to get on." And if any upcoming rapper want to be put on, let's make music. I don't want to beef. But if that wasn't shady enough, Lucci continued going at Thug a few days later by tweeting a video of his daughter with the caption, "Happy B-Day, baby girl," along with a bunch of hashtags, including "Long live Nut forever."
God
Thug
damn.
is known to be very protective of his daughter and once threatened to
Fucking that's a violation, man. God damn.
slap Plies for calling his.
But now you guys see why they hate each other so much. You know what I'm saying? That's why I want to kind of play this out for y'all so you can kind of see the deep rooted level of hate here where that would drive a man to go on Instagram and be like, "I should have killed you."
Daughter in an interview with Sway in the Morning. Thug ain't publicly comment on Lucci's post of his daughter, but it's likely there was consequences behind the scenes.
And there's the Rich Gang chain, guys, by the way, which, you know, as you guys saw, he was wearing that hoodie before with that other guy from New Orleans, Rich Gang.
After that, the beef died down for a little while both was focused on their careers. Thug was rising to the top of the rap game, hinting that he was working on a joint album with Kanye, while also appearing on 2 songs on Drake's More Life project. Thug then
Yeah, Young Thug is a very successful artist, guys. You know, he's definitely going to go down as a very influential artist of the early 2010s into even like now.
and dropped his 4th official mixtape, Jeffrey, in 2017, which was a critical and commercial success and quickly went viral because of his famous cover art of him wearing a dress.
That's the only thing that I've always been confused about this guy, but let's just keep going.
YFN Lucci is also making major waves in the industry, dropping the track Every Day We Lit with P&B Rock in late 2016.
Remember that song, Every Day We Lit? Hey, every day we lit. Remember that shit?
That song peaked at number 33 on the Billboard chart and was one of Lucci's highest charting singles. He followed this up with the EP Long Live Nut, which
That's his boy.
was dedicated to Lucci's dead homie, Big Nut.
And notice, it's the only thing that's showing is the red.
Later that same year, Thug released his 5th project, Beautiful Thugger Girls, on June 16, 2017, Tupac's birthday. A few days after.
All right, so now you guys got an idea of the beef and the deep-rooted hate between these individuals. Shout out to Hip Hop Daily. This is a great little breakdown of their beef. Okay, but now you guys know why he's, you know, hey, why y'all didn't? Because look, normally people would be like, what the fuck, like, because we had it here. They said, hey, why didn't you guys like beat him up or anything like that? You know, which is obviously like reckless to say something like that. But yeah, he wanted him gone. All right, so defendants, Sergio Kitchens, this is on March 9th, 2022. Sergio Kitchen and Jeffrey Williams, associates of YSL, did post for a photo release on social media captioned "Slap Business, YSL 4L, an overt act in furtherance of the conspiracy." What are they talking about? They're talking about this picture right here, guys. God fucking damn, man. And then what do they got? Slap Business, you know, Push and P, right? Marketing. And then they got the snake there. So and then that's that. And then and again, the government's going to use all this, guys. or the state in this case, which is still the government, you know, government entity. So so then this is them, and the grand jury is aforesaid in the name on behalf of citizens of Georgia do charge and accuse basically all these guys. So now let's go over Gunna. What do they got on Gunna, right? Gunna is way less, guys. So we're going to go ahead and type in kitchens. Oh, we're not going to be cooking anything here. So defendant Sergio Kitchen and Jeff Williams, and we read all this before, guys. This is when they got arrested. Remember how they got arrested for receiving stolen property, methamphetamine, hydrocodone, marijuana, and then you come back here. This is when they wrap it all together and make it under racketeering because these guys are part of what? YSL. Guys, again, I am not gang, all right? 50 Cent, remember that. I am not gang. I do not gang bang, all right? Do not do that shit because they'll come after you for some charges like this and trump it up. All right. So let's see here. Receiving stolen property, the gun that we talked about, right? We talked about this. Bam. So we'll skip that. Okay. And Jeff Williams. Okay. So we talked about this when were being followed with 30 round magazines, AK-47s. And then this one is a new one. Defendant Sergio Kitchens and associate YSL appeared in a video released on social media titled Fox 5, wearing a YSL pendant and slat pendant with lyrics stating, "We got 1,000 round choppers," okay? Which, you know, when he was getting followed with the AK-47s, I think that's what the government is trying to allege here. So let's go and play. And this is Lil Keed right here. Rest in peace to him. I know he had recently passed away. So 9/24/17, Fox 5. All right. So we're going to start at 116, guys. That's where he makes the comment, the lyric. Okay. I'm a pill popper. We got 1,000 round choppers. We got 1,000 round choppers, right? Which is what he says right here. We got 1,000 round choppers. All right, and then they also mention he wears a YSL pendant and a slap pendant. So let's go ahead and fast forward to that. I had to actually do it at like point. It was very difficult to find it, but right here. Okay. So we're gonna see. It was like a millisecond, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and slow down the speed for y'all real quick. All right. Oh, shit. See, I missed it right there. All right. So he's going to show up right about, bam, YSL. Okay, and I think it says slime underneath it. It's very difficult to see, but look, he has the snake on him. All right? And that's obviously very relevant for the state to build their case because what did they do in the beginning of the indictment? They mentioned, right, what they use to show. So they put in the beginning, YSL also use a variety of other identifiers. They also refer to Cleveland as Bleveland, replacing the C with a B. Green heart, green snake, blowing nose, and green vomit emojis are also symbols commonly used by members of YSL. And then what do you see here? Bam. Snake, YSL, snake, and then slime underneath that. Okay? So now we're going to slow it down some more. Some photos, and then bam, it's even closer shot. In case you missed it the first time, guys. Fuck. This is what the government does, man. The government, the state, whatever it may be, they need to tie you to the gang. That's how they go ahead and make everything stick. And there you can see the snake right there with the scales, YSL, and then underneath I think you can see slime. Very difficult to see, but it's there. All right. So let's go back to the indictment here. With Kitchens. Shout out to Control F, man. We're using a MacBook. Command F. Okay, and we read already Take It to Trial. That was before. And then he got the Fox 5. We just went over that one. We did Take It to Trial already. And then bang, this is the picture that we talked about before for Ski. Okay, when they were mentioning what they were mentioning, talking about rolling 60s, he locked in and C's, etc. So, yeah, guys, this is basically an overview of the case. And if you guys want, let me see here, YFN. Lucci. Yeah, so now these are all the other things where they're saying like, hey, they've been trying to kill this guy, etc. Acts of violence. So that's what we're looking at here, guys. So let me... All right, stop screen. All right. So guys, do me a quick favor, man. Please like the video, guys. All right. So we went over the goddamn indictment. That was obviously very long. I knew it was going to be a thorough breakdown. I hope you guys enjoyed that. So what I'll do now is we'll open it up for questions. If you guys have any questions, go ahead, let us know. We got, and then thank you guys so much for all the super chats. I appreciate it. You know, we had to bump it up a bit because we had a lot of live viewers, and then if we tried to read everyone, it would have been annoying. It would have hurt the quality of the show and everything else like that. I wanted you guys to really be able to learn. So give me some ones in the chat if you guys enjoyed that bad boy. The most thorough breakdown of that indictment on the internet right now, for sure. And then what else here? Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything. Look at my notes.
Shout out to our new member, GGRGRE Gearge. I think that's how you say that.
Shout out to you, my friend. Destiny, what's your thoughts on that? Because I didn't, because I kind of like, I got her to come like last minute, guys. Like, hey, come, I need you for this. And she didn't really know what I was going to talk about. So shout out to her for improvising and helping out. What are your thoughts on the case with the overall, everything that went down with between these guys with YSL?
So what's interesting about this is I started to listen to Young Thug back when he was in Rich Gang, that first album, the Rich Gang album. I actually love that album. I would play it on repeat like nonstop. So and even those songs were really incriminating. I listen to music and the lyrics, you know, you hear them and you
don't know the backstory a lot of times.
You bat an eye. You don't really pay attention, but if you know you're going back and you're researching this stuff, it really all does click. It makes sense if you do the research. So it's really interesting. I learned quite a bit about just the dynamics of that relationship between those two, and a bunch of other things I didn't know.
How to do a case, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and then okay, give me a 1 in the chat if you guys want me to break down the Lil Wayne portion of this, or if you guys want us to just end the show. Give me if you want me to do Lil Wayne, give me a 2. If you guys want to just end the show, you guys let me know. Let's see what they say. Oh shit! Oh, I guess it goes.
I'm not fucking leaving.
I'm gonna make another drink.
Go ahead.
Make another drink.
The show goes on.
The show goes on.
This is my home. They're gonna need a fucking wrecking ball to take me out of here.
All right, guys. If you guys are ready for Wayne. Oh shit. Okay. So all right, so let's bring this bad boy up here with the Wayne stuff. Shout out to Wolf of Wall Street. If you guys don't know where the fuck that came from, Wolf of Wall Street, Leonardo DiCaprio, one of my favorite movies of all time. I'm always gonna fucking reference that shit. Go check it out. All right, so sorry about that. It was fucking going crazy over here. All right, guys. So Lil Wayne, as you guys know who Lil Wayne is, right? I hope you know who that is. Dwayne Carter. It goes, and this is on April 26, 2015. Defendant Jimmy Winfrey, an associate of YSL, did commit the felony offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, to wit, a firearm, an object which, when used offensively against a person, is likely to result in serious bodily injury upon a person of Dwayne Carter, aka Lil Wayne, by shooting at a bus in which Dwayne Carter was a passenger with said firearm in violation of Georgia law pursuant to OCGA, which is, you know, the official code of law for Georgia, which adds to the racketeering. So this guy, Jimmy Winfrey, let's look him up real fast. This guy, let's see, because I know he definitely incriminated himself on this thing. He probably, I shot at Wayne, I shot at the fireman. Let's see here. Possession of drugs by an inmate while incarcerated at the Carroll County Prison, did possess illegal drugs. Let's see here. What else did he do? He possession of marijuana with intent to distribute. Oh, looks what they're doing, guys. Bam. See what, guys, you just see what just happened there? Look at this. So they catch him, right, with possession of drugs by an inmate. Then they get him with possession of marijuana with intent to distribute. Then What do? Bam! Participation in criminal street activity for possession of marijuana with intent to distribute. So see how they're able to go ahead and prove, hey, you conducted a pattern of racketeering. We're going to go ahead and fucking hammer you. You know what I'm saying? With the racketeering now, because we know that you're a part of YSL. Did post, okay, so defendant Jimmy Winfrey and associate YSL did post for a photo released on social media with the caption, I'm free, death before dishonor, slot mafia, business, for every young goat free, bankroll mafia, YSL. Oh my God. I guess he was hyped. Can you do me a favor, Destiny? Can you find this guy's fucking Instagram if possible? If anyone in here knows this guy's Instagram, because we're winging this one right now. Let me know. Let me see here. Let me go all the way to the top what his nickname is. His nickname is AKA Roscoe.
AKA Roscoe.
Yeah, okay. AKA Roscoe. Jimmy Winfrey, it's up there at the top of your screen. Jimmy Winfrey, AKA Roscoe. If anyone knows his IG, dump it in the chat, by the way, so we could pull this bad boy up and kind of laugh together. Okay. So what else here? Defendant Jimmy Winfrey and associate YSL did commit the felony offense of possession of firearm by a convicted felon. Ooh. Okay, and they use that also participation in a criminal street gang. And then he had a possession of oxycodone. And then, is this a social media post right here? Oh, no. Okay. Defendant Jimmy Winfrey and associate YSL did commit the possession of oxycodone. Let's see here. Oh, I think we got his iScore. Okay, here's his Instagram right here. Okay, defendant Jimmy Winfrey and associate of YSL did post for a photo release on social media with the caption, I was locked up, but not fucked up. Death before dishonor, free at last, bankroll mafia, slap business, and overt act and furthers of the conspiracy. Let's see if we can pull this bad boy up on Instagram right now. Okay, so his Instagram is P. Pee-wee. Okay, there we go. Here he is.
Pee-wee?
Yeah, did they take that? Is this it? Oh, he took his shit down. Yeah, I think he took it down. This is
like a fan account or what?
No, this is his real joint. But he took the picture down.
Oh.
Or someone that has access to his Instagram took his shit down. Because yeah, it should have been right in between these two. So yeah, and I'm not surprised. So he took it down. But this is the picture right here. Yeah. Pee-wee. Pee-wee aka Roscoe. Yeah, that's it. And then anything else here? So this is the dude right here that shot at Wayne. This dude right here shot at Lil Wayne. Fucking pathetic. I'm a fan of Wayne because I was listening to Wayne back in fucking 2008 when he was taking over. People don't even. Yo, did you guys know that "Sky's the Limit" was actually a fucking Mike Jones song?
I don't know that I knew that, but I was listening to his mixtapes in 8th grade. And that was 08. So yeah. I go back to that too. Shout out to my foster brother. He was all into that.
Yeah, man. Like Wayne was it back in 08, 09, 07, 06.
Pill Poppin' Animal. I bet nobody knows that song.
No, I don't know that one.
Some mixtape.
Let's see here. Okay, so okay, yeah, so we got this guy pretty much, but this is the guy. So if you guys, this is him. This is the dude that shot at Wayne that got indicted. And you can see it looks like that's a YSL chain right there as well. It's similar to the one that I saw Gunna with. So anyway, so we'll stop sharing. But yeah. Yeah, I know some of you guys are probably in the chat like, oh shit, that was a fucking that was a Mike Jones song. Yeah, man. It was literally it was a Mike Jones song. Who? Mike Jones, that guy, the guy that keeps repeating himself. Okay, let's see here.
Hey, the chat knows about Pill Poppin' Animal.
Okay.
That's good.
Jose Perez, shout out to you, bro. Okay, so I think we're good here, guys. We covered the indictment, man. Hope you guys enjoyed that episode of Fed It. Destiny, you want to give the people any last words here?
It was fun. I had a good time. Thanks for having me on Fed It. And You can follow my Instagram, Alien Bunny with 2 underscores. And don't forget my Twitch. It's Manifest Dest with an underscore.
And then other than that, guys, you know, subscribe to the channel, like the video. Hope you guys, holy fuck, 3 Digletts, man. Yo, shout out to you, my ninja. God damn, $400 he goes. Wow. Mike Jones, who? Exactly. I know a lot of people don't know who the fuck. Mike Jones, you know, this still tipping on fofos, rims and fofos, you know, yeah, remember that back in the day?
Absolutely.
That shit was fucking classic. Now, yo, if YouTube didn't have all these stupid ass rules, I'd be going down memory lane with y'all playing this shit. But yeah, man, I remember that came out when I was 15 at that time, and then also Wayne, the drought 3, you know, all that, you know, all those. Wayne was on top back then, man. So, you know, this dude, when he was shooting at Wayne back in 2015, that's just crazy shit. But hey, they figured out who he was, I guess, all these years later. So anyway, guys, yo, shout out to you, 3 Digletts, man. I fucking love you, bro. I appreciate that greatly, man. Because this video, I ain't gonna lie, probably gonna not get monetized, so it's fine. So I really appreciate you helping out. And you know, if they end up saying, "Oh, you use music in your shit," and it's not monetized, I'm gonna just keep it as is. Probably the King Von video, that's one of my most viewed ones, and that's not monetized, and I'll just keep it like that. It is what it is, you know, more than likely, because I know you guys really love the chat, and I don't want to have to mute the music and everything else like that. It fucks up the video. So yeah. My favorite Wayne record, I'll say my favorite Wayne record, man. What's yours, real fast? What's your favorite Wayne record, real fast, before I close this thing out?
Mrs. Officer.
Mrs. Officer, bro.
No, actually, I have a few. Okay, you say yours. You say yours, and then I'll go. I gotta think for a second. I got a lot.
I like Sky's the Limit.
Yeah.
I like Bad Side with him and Joel Santana. I still wish they released that. They had released that I Feel My Face mixtape. They never really did. Came out unofficially. What else? The Upgrade You freestyle, pretty good.
I like No Ceilings.
Yeah. What else?
No Ceilings.
I mean, the whole Drought 3 is fire. I like his feature on Bird Call with J.R. Ryder and Cameron. All this stuff that he did with Diplomats was fire. Like that's all everything he did with Dipset was fire.
I really like
I'm a big Dipset fan.
The Carter 3. Carter 3 was one of my favorite albums.
Okay. Yeah, they say Carter 2 was the main thing. Someone said 6'7".
6'7". Yeah, I was actually gonna say that. Yes, 6'7" is a dope song.
Yeah, I Can't Feel My Face. That shit was lit.
Mrs. Officer is a
Someone saying Myron, you old. Fuck you, bro. Oh, We Steady Mobbin'. Yes.
Yes.
Yo. We Steady Mobbin' is yes. Okay, yes, that is one of my favorites. With Gucci Mane. Yeah. Hey. Got 10 bathrooms. I could shit all day. Like, goddamn. He filmed that shit in his house. And Gucci Mane went crazy on that shit too. You know? Yeah. So anyway. But yeah, guys. Closing stuff, man. Please like the video. Besides us reminiscing here.
Oh, a Millie.
Oh, no, I didn't like that one as much.
I love that song.
I didn't like that one as much. That's a more commercial song. But yeah, guys, go ahead, like the video, subscribe to the channel if it's your first time here. Check out my other videos. Check Destiny out at Alien Bunny _twice, right?
Yes.
_twice. You guys can check out them titties. Move the camera out the way, the mic out the way so they can see them things. There you go. Bam. Okay. And then what else here? I was going to say something else. Oh, tomorrow, guys, I'm going to be breaking down a real estate episode for you guys. I'm going to be talking to you guys about how I closed on a duplex about 2-3 weeks ago with my real estate agent. It was an off-market deal. We're going to talk to you guys about how we found the deal, how we funded the deal. Everything is going to be lit. Also, we got the minorities in town. We're going to be doing 3 after-hours shows, guys, per week now. We're going to go Monday, Wednesday, Friday. All right. We want to make sure that the quality of the shows are high and the girls are hotter. Okay. Granted, we're going to still bring girls of different demographics. You can't just bring hot girls all the time, guys, because like that's not realistic. So we're going to be bringing on girls from different demographics as well. But we're going to try to make it where you guys get more fresh faces. You know, we're doing a pretty good job of bringing y'all consistently fresh faces, but we're going to focus on that next week. We have the minorities in town, and also the CME will be in town. So stay tuned, guys. We're going to have a lot of guests in town. It's going to be a lit ass week. It's going to be great. Subscribe to the channel. Check out Destiny. Send your dick pics over to Alien Bunny.
No.
underscore ×2.
And for all the ladies, if there are any, no dick pics, please, you guys. If there are any ladies watching this, if you guys have ever thought about being on the show, please hit me up, DM me, and I will help you out.
Yeah, she'll coordinate for y'all. So yeah, hit her up, guys, if you guys want. She'll answer any questions. 'Cause I know girls prefer sometimes to talk to other girls. So, you know, if you have any questions or anything like that, you know, she'll take care of you, and then she'll refer you to Chris. So other than that, guys, thank you for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I think, honestly, this was the most thorough breakdown of this YSL indictment on the internet right now. So feel free to share it with a friend. I'm going to have timestamps here very soon for you guys. And other than that, man, love you guys. Catch you tomorrow on Fresh to Fit, 7 p.m. Real Estate Money Monday. Peace. NCIS. Okay. Listen. All right. Let's break this down too. Okay.